All right, I'm gonna jump in the recap since we're running a little late here. All right, so last time we surprisingly started in the Stonehill Tavern after you guys had kind of cleared out the Sleeping Giant Inn. You were just doing your normal kind of eating, drinking, and resting up, and kind of out of nowhere, Blackwind just started acting a little bit stranger than usual, and went upstairs and just abruptly just got up and left. And then you guys also noticed that there was a new face, an unfamiliar face in the inn. It was a halfling who was just kind of sitting in the corner and kind of like checking you guys out and stuff. Well, you're not in the roll 20 yet, right?
Yeah, I was just about to text him.
And so Thoradin tried to introduce himself to this halfling or say hi, and went over and slammed a drink down in front of him. And he got a little acted a little strange and just got up and excused himself and kind of followed the same way that Blackwind had went. And moments later, heard a scream and like a banging sound. Which Deckard was sleeping because he was beat up the night before, which woke up Deckard, and then he kind of ran over and saw that Blackwind was just in basically some sort of a weird coma seizure kind of thing, completely unresponsive. Seemed to be sort of magical or arcane in nature, not just a medical condition. So the the innkeepers said that they would, look out for him and stuff, and while you guys would maybe go try to find some help. But before that happened, Trilena, the innkeeper's wife, came running in. She was screaming. No, actually, Alaric ran up and to check it out too. Noticed that the window had been opened, and it looked like somebody had maybe jumped out that window into a pile of trash and ran away. Alaric jumped out too, but didn't see anybody. As he was coming around to the front, Trilena was running from down the street screaming about a fire at the Sleeping Giant Inn. And Alaric looked up, and sure enough, it was a blaze. And went inside and got the rest of his party, who decided to just, Thoradin thought it might be a diversion or distraction of some sort. But the party decided to go check it out. And when they got there, that sure enough, the tap house was in a big raging inferno, and sitting on the front stoop was a gnome who the party then met and found to be his name to be Spargle Cinderblast. And he introduced his partner, a weasel named Stinkbag. He nonchalantly mentioned that he burned a bunch of red brands in the tap house, but he didn't kill the guy that he was looking for. And then in conversation, everyone found out which Spargle knew that Iarno, who everybody was looking for, was in fact Glassstaff. So that was a big revelation for the group, that Iarno, the Lord's Alliance guy that Sildar thought was missing, was in fact the leader of the Red Brands. So they went back to the Stonehill Inn, told Sildar, which totally blew his mind. He was just devastated. He even drank for the first time since he's been with you. He slammed a big glass of wine. And then he said he needed to tell the Lord's Alliance about this sort of treachery. And
need some wine. Need some wine.
Spargle shared some of his combustor elixir with Thoradin, which was a good time.
Buster!
And then Thoradin, I guess before going to the Red Brand hideout, needed to, wanted to blow off some steam and try to hook up with Sister Darrell. But that didn't really pan out, although she was still appreciative of the party and all that. So the group headed to the Red Brand hideout, which was under the Trezendar Manor. Spargle knew the way into the tunnel. So they went to the tunnel side. Deckard walked in with a torch lit, started scoping out like the first room, which was like a big sort of cavernous cave type of area, which I'll flip over to there now, hopefully, so I don't have another sissy fit meltdown. Everything's working this time.
I see I see the colors, Dan.
Yep, we're all colored, and I see the cave, and everything's good.
Great. I don't have to have a tantrum.
Not yet.
So
You
and
just
then
can't see the tokens, that's all.
Oh, good. Yeah, let me fix that real quick. Deckard and Spargle started hearing a strange voice in their heads, like this creepy voice that was speaking directly to them. It was asking for meat and food, and it was really weird. So, I think Spargle did a detect magic and picked up some aura in the room. Also, down inside this like little sort of pit area that runs the length of the room. And then eventually, with kind of sharp eyes and being a little perceptive, both Deckard and Spargle noticed that there was this crazy little eye creature who was like hiding behind the columns, and that was, in fact, who was talking to them in their head. We learned that it was called a Nothic, and he kept trying to talk to the party, but then everybody started beating up on him. He kept pleading for his life and just to be fed, and offered help of different sorts. But the group was not having it. At one point, Deckard tried to feed the creature Thoradin's rotten arm that he carries around with him, but the creature did not want rotten meat; it wanted fresh meat, and so then the group just annihilated him. Spargle blasted it with a big, solid, fiery, magical orb. And then Alaric ended up delivering the death blow, which was right in the eye, in the face. Just split that big gelatinous eye open, and it just died in front of everybody. Thoradin went and explored a little north here, which was like a storeroom, tons of crates and stuff, and didn't find anything of real value except a big sack of like furs, like nice skins, which he gave to Deckard to use as sleeping bag type of thing. But they decided not to carry them because it'd be so bulky. So you got a bag of these pelts in that room. Spargle and Stinkbag kind of headed south here a little bit and noticed that there's a tunnel or more of a man-made passageway that goes this way. But then kind of came back to the group as everybody decided to like explore this pit again and take a little bit of a rest. Well, actually, Deckard took a short rest. So short rest is basically just chilling for an hour. It's not sleeping necessarily. It's just being quiet and collecting yourself and whatnot. So Deckard got a short rest in there. Alaric noticed that there was a chest down in the bottom of the pit. So Thoradin, being a little more nimble kind of guy, scurried down and started looking through this stuff. He decided to try to smash the chest open, but fortunately he missed, and then just opened the unlocked chest instead, which was easier. Inside of it, he found a bunch of coins, a bunch of gems, 2 very fragile potions of healing, which were fortunately untouched, and a scroll. And then, probably most importantly, a very ornate, fancy-looking scabbard, all silverish blue, and with a sword in it, a long sword. And the hilt of the sword was sort of like wings of like an eagle or hawk kind of wings spread out. And then inscribed on the sword itself was the name Talon. And that's where we ended.
Did we do like a history check or anything on Talon, or did anybody do
we literally let's say like as in terms of like an episode of a TV show, it was like you guys pulled it out and read Talon, and that's where we rolled the credits.
Got it. Okay.
That could be a good idea.
Who would like to check the sword out? Who thinks they know things about lore and history?
I might. I drink and I don't drink. I do drink a lot. I know things. What's that called? What would we call that? We call that
history.
History?
History?
No, I'm +1.
Thoradin, hope you know nothing.
I could take a look at it. I'm pretty good at my Spargle wanders over there and he's like, "Oh, whoa, what's that? What you got?"
So you crawl down into the pit too, then?
Oh, I thought he came up. I'm sorry. No, I
don't know. Have you yet?
Jump
Thoradin?
down, I'll catch you.
I'm like bouncing on the edge. Okay, I'll just stand at the top and I'm like bouncing at the edge, looking at. What you got? What's that?
I got a blade, lad. in an ornate scabbard.
Okay, so all right. So I'll slide down the edge of the thing towards him.
Okay.
I'm just curious and excited, and I'll go look at it.
All right. So you pull it out of the scabbard and you start checking it out. And why don't you go ahead and roll a history check?
Don't tell the human he might want it. He takes everything.
Got it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
So a 19 total.
yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, you Spargle, almost immediately realize that this sword belongs to a legendary knight that was from this area, who you've heard about in your studies. His name was Sir Aldith Trezendar, also called the Black Hawk. And because you had done some research on this area before you came looking for Yarno, that he was the original lord of this place,
Of the mansion.
of the Trezendar Manor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also know that he died defending this place. So the hundreds of years ago, when Phandalin was overrun by orcs and they basically just destroyed the whole town, he and his people this was their final stand. They died here, and then some years later, after the spell plague, a lot of them, which is a thing that happened, this big cataclysmic event on the Sword Coast that happened a while ago, that some of them came back to life, and he was one of them, and they used to defend this place. But that's been years, and so apparently this sword is of some sort of interest and value to the family and whatnot. Do you? So yeah.
I hand it back to Thornton, and I tell him that, that's nice, that's valuable, and then I give him a quick rundown of how that belonged to Sir, what was it, Ulrich Trezendar?
Aldith Trezendar, the Black Hawk.
Trezendar, yeah. So I kind of relay that information and tell you that there could be, a lot of value to it.
Okay. Who wants to take possession of the sword or keep it? If anybody does.
Is there any extra damage to it or anything?
Does somebody want to spend some time checking it out?
It's a short sword, right?
It's a long sword.
Oh, it's a long sword. Never mind. I'm not as interested.
What about, you guys? I mean,
No, I don't have any interest in longswords.
Longswords can be used two-handed, though, too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One or two-handed. It's right. Whatever you call that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't get I think it's a. Yeah, I don't think it's something that I would want. Because I think a longsword's like, what is it, a D10, single D10?
When you two-hand it, yeah.
Whereas with a great sword, I get a 2D6, which is, it averages out to be a tad bit higher. Plus, it's more fun to roll more dice, so don't ruin my day.
I'd take it, but it's longsword is strength, and I'm a dex fighter.
Do you want to, Ponch, do you want to spend more time with it to examine the actual item itself?
Yeah, I could. I'm good at Arcana, too, so. Thornton, it's, you got first dibs, but I can check it out for you if you want.
Yeah, check it out. See if it's any good.
Okay, I'll look at it.
All right. So
Okay, I'll look at it.
Okay, look.
as you spend a little more time with it, you can add it to your inventory then, Sparkle, until someone else decides to take it. You can add it as Talon if you want, but it's a longsword +1.
Okay. What do you think, Thornton? I mean, you're using a great mace or something?
I have a warhammer and a mace. I guess I could use it. I just feel a little icky using a dead man's blade.
This coming? Did he say that out loud? I mean, like I heard that.
Yeah,
Alaric would hear?
absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go. This coming from the guy carrying the dead hand around?
Well, a hand isn't a weapon. A weapon is a sacred thing, lad.
Oh,
You
yeah.
should know this.
I don't. But
someone's arm's
that
a
makes
bit
a lot
sacred,
more
too.
sense. I think someone's arm is a bit more sacred. That's a good way to put it.
Oh, this shitty goblin arm right here? That's nothing, lad.
I agree with that.
I go pick up the hand after I throw it, by the way. I didn't
Is
lose
it a goblin hand?
I think so, right? It's like
Yeah.
a shitty goblin hand.
Yep. It's all
Yeah.
withered.
Yeah,
It's
because
like a
you
rabbit.
replaced the original, right?
Yeah, I think Deckard had to get me a new one or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's right.
No,
You
it's
gotta make a promise,
no, it's
right?
it's laying right in front of us. I brought it to the
That's food, right?
yeah, and he threw it to the ground. So it's around here somewhere.
Yeah, it was a rotted corpse at the the base of the trench, right?
Yeah.
That's where you found it. Yeah.
Hey, Punch, check. Well, never mind.
Wait a minute. Not this. No, you had it coming into this place, right?
So it was one hand or two
I
hands?
don't remember.
Adam, I think you're right about Punch.
Yeah. Is your Punch? Is your webcam mic maybe enabled? Because you sound shitty. I don't want to spend a half hour fixing a mic, but
I need a minute, so check if you.
okay, go for it. It's either picking up your webcam or something, some other microphone. Like check your sound settings, or it's a setting on your microphone. Because I know if there's like the 4 different things, or it could also be placement on your microphone. Is your microphone really far away from you?
No. Let me take a look here. Could be.
Because I know sometimes webcams like take charge and just like enable itself over any other microphone, which is stupid. So you have to go in and disable it.
I'm gonna try something else here.
Or maybe that headset you were using had like a mic built into it. But even if it
All
did,
right,
you
is it any better now or still fucked up?
No, it's still the same.
If you go into the little settings wheel, and then you go under voice and video, the input device should be your microphone and not like your webcam.
Yeah, everything under the recording should be disabled besides Yeti stereo microphone.
All right, any better?
That
Yeah.
sounds better.
Yep.
Was it picking up something else?
Yeah, you're right. It was picking up the Logitech, the webcam.
Good.
Yeah, you're way better.
Okay,
now.
good. That sounds way better. I just didn't want the whole
further
stream
menu.
to go on like that.
Yeah,
All right. So yeah.
really
now,
loud. Sorry, I had it's cranked way up too. I just noticed.
No, you sound totally fine.
Okay.
So you have the longsword now, Punch or Sparkle.
Yeah. No, all right. So, I talked to Thornton, and I tell you, Talon's magic. It should help you hit.
Ooh, a magical blade. I will take it then.
All right. So you're gonna grab it.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it.
I tell you, it'd even be better with a combustor cap. I should put that on there sometime.
Ooh, I like combustion. I love it. I like this gnome. Guys, I like this gnome.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Alark says it just like that too, and you guys
Yes,
are
and
gonna
then we all
start to
look at each other
question
like-
which side of the plate he hits from. Who
You just need
doesn't?
to get you some inflammable pants.
Who doesn't? All right, well, moving on. Okay.
All right.
add that.
So yeah, go ahead and add that. Equip it if you want. Anyone else want to do anything in this room?
Did we rest yet? I can't remember.
Only Deckard took a short rest.
Right.
Everyone else was doing things.
Do we know anything about this thing we just fought to like know how it was like in our heads? Like, are we still getting these
Yeah, it's
messages in our heads?
Yeah.
I assume we're not.
No, you once the creature died, you haven't heard anything else.
Would anybody here have seen that before? Or are we just like, what the fuck was that?
Whoever thinks that they might have seen a creature like this before, based on your background, be kind of realistic about it. Go ahead and roll a nature check.
I'm gonna roll.
But this is a
Well,
pretty
'cause
high DC. It's a pretty high DC because this isn't just a normal kind of thing that's out. in the
What were we
wild.
rolling for?
Nature check.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're well traveled and you've seen things that are
Well,
abnormal,
yeah,
Okay,
I
I'll
do.
do that.
I've seen a lot of. Alaric's seen a lot of.
Whoa,
fucked up shit.
hey!
Oh,
Nice roll.
it's like fuck you, Will. I'm not gonna. I won't roll that. I think that's okay.
so now the thing that I shared with you last time is actually what you know. So, let me find it again.
But I guess just from a role playing standpoint, I'm just curious if like, is this like a very rare thing in
Yeah.
general, or okay? So maybe Decker ran into this at one point and can tell us about
Can you
it.
read that? Can you read that that bio?
Yeah.
And the background.
So is it
Mhm.
considered undead, or is it just like transformed by some weird?
It's considered like an aberration, right? So
Uh-huh.
it's sort of like a it's just
Magical transmutation or whatever.
exactly. It was a mortal thing that got turned into a magical manifestation of a creature.
Thing's creepy.
So it was
And
a wizard at once, and
it was a wizard in its former life, and it got sort of brought back as this creature.
What's interesting is it was talking like it's like someone else was talking through it. It was like bring it some meat. Or
Yeah.
like the
unless
language
that's,
is in
unless
the
that's
third
just the
person.
way that the spell worked that it was using to
Mhm.
like telepathically speak to us or something, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, but it kept saying it wants to help. Give it some meat. I tried. It didn't like my meat.
That's okay.
It wanted fresh meat, I think.
It did. It's like butcher.
Butcher,
Butcher.
fresh meat.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm not. Yeah, you guys noticed that Deckard is a little bit. He's still got some. He's still bloodied up, but seems to be pushing along.
Do you think you need more than a short rest, man, or do you want to? We can do a long rest if you want.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So what does the group want to do now?
Maybe we should head south towards that man-made passage. What do you guys think?
I'm kind of curious what all these barrels and I want to go explore this room to the north here.
I think I looted the barrels, didn't I?
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So this is where
Oh,
that was
okay.
the room.
Yeah, I
that
think
was
yeah,
the
I think we
room
cleared
where,
that room.
Yeah,
Right.
you knocked stuff over, right, or something.
I did. I'm a fat fuck.
Yeah, I think you went through it pretty thoroughly. And the only thing of real value were those pelts.
Got it.
Mm.
So we don't want to go over
That's right.
here. Down this way. Go down
Yeah, we
here.
can do
Yeah,
that.
that's fine. I'll
Whatever
follow
you
you.
want. I tell you guys, I went down there and that path. I didn't go very far. I just saw
Wait,
there's
what?
a path down there too.
I'm trying to remember.
But
I forgot. Didn't I go down here where I just moved?
No,
my
that's
ca-
where Spargle went.
Oh.
He
Yeah.
came down here and decided to loop back to the group. He did notice that it went south and then cut over to the east. So there's more tunnel that he didn't go look around.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't go very far.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll head over here with Deckard. I'll follow him over.
Oh, I gotta throw Spargle back up. I'm gonna throw him up. Can you catch him?
Yeah, gotcha.
Should I do an athletics check for that? Or?
Are you really picking him up and trying to throw him up?
How far
Hell
up is
yeah.
it? 10 feet? 20 feet?
Yeah. Are you throwing him to a person, or are you just throwing him so that he can land up there without having to crawl back up? Like he's landing on his feet?
Whatever
or something
whatever
like that?
is the benefit for us.
I think
Does
it'd
it
be
make more
easier
sense for
if
me to
you-
catch him or him to
Yeah, if
just
you
land?
catch him, I think.
Okay, so Thoradin picks up Spargle and chucks him up towards Alaric, who's standing on this bridge.
Yep.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's an athletics check for you, Matt, and an
All right.
acrobat
I'm sorry, Punch.
and a dexterity check for you, Adam.
I just can't help myself.
I feel like a plaything.
Oh shit. Shit.
Okay. So Thoradin, he kind of grabs Spargle like almost by like the back of the shorts, and then the front, like he's gonna throw him up like this, and Alaric like sees what's happening, and Alaric is right in position, man. He was like, he could have grabbed pretty much any good toss, but Alaric actually chucks Spargle into the bridge. He smacks his head and then falls back down into a pile of rubble.
Oh shit!
So, and Spargle, you notice that you land in what you thought was just a pile of like some garbage and stuff.
Yeah.
When you open your eyes, you're staring directly into a fairly recently deceased corpse. Like there's still eyes in it, although they're kind of like just rotted out a little bit. It looks like it's probably one of the villagers from Phandalin. Looks like he's wearing the clothes are sort of like farmer type attire, and he's got one arm that's completely missing, and it's got like a lot of like, it looks like it was gnawed off. And you're basically laying in it right now, and it's really freaking you the fuck out.
All right. This one smells.
I am sorry, Sparkle. I want to throw you up, make it easy.
So you want to just climb up now at this point, Spargle, or you want to?
Can I? Yeah.
Yes.
Can I? Please.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I climb up there.
Spargle, I'll put you up there. And then which direction are you guys headed?
I'm
West.
going this way.
West? Okay.
Yeah, and I have my torch back up, by the way.
That's
Right.
not a door in the upper right corner there of that room with the barrels, right?
No, it looks like there's a wall there.
Okay. It's just like a nook.
Yeah.
It's like a nook, yeah.
Is it hollow?
Okay.
Who's gonna help me up?
Oh, does he need help?
No, you can climb up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too steep, so you guys climb up. All right, so Deckard, you kind of take your torch around this corner here, and you notice there's right in front of you, there's a flight of steps that leads down, and then there's a door on the left and right.
Got it. So there's a door here in here or down here?
Are you not seeing it?
I think he means here and here, right? So that would be left
yeah,
and
doors.
Yeah,
Here,
they're
here?
just kind of chunky.
Like where I'm standing, are there doors?
You don't wait. I'm sorry.
One-
I think
one more
don't
over,
You
right?
see don't you see the doors?
It's hard to tell if it's doors or like just a
Or a wall?
wall.
I think it's one more over, like as far as the.
Oh,
vision.
these doors.
Yeah.
These things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you see these little like
Yeah.
chiclet
Yeah.
looking things?
Okay, I'm standing next to doors then, right?
Chiclets.
Chiclets.
I'm gonna go in this door.
Oh wait, okay, so you're just are you all right? Okay, so Deckard walks down the hallway.
Oh, wait.
The rest of the group's behind, and he barges into the door on the left hand side. Deckard, what you see is about a 20 by 20 foot room. It's got torches. It's well lit. There's a table in the middle, and there are 4 Red Brand ruffians sitting around the table drinking. They're playing some kind of game on the floor or on the table. They're rolling some dice and stuff, and there's a pile of coin there.
Okay.
And as soon as you turn the corner, they stand up. They see the red cloak that you have on.
Mm-hmm.
They go, "What are you? Who are you? What are you wearing?" And they all draw their swords. And they go, "You're not one of us." And the one nearest to you moves over, kind of over here, and then this one rushes up, and
I'm here for the poker game.
I say, hang on, fellas. Don't you see this red cloak I'm wearing?
See this crimson and red shit I'm wearing?
I'm one of you.
and the one standing in front of us says, "I don't think so, boy. I've never seen you before. Where did you get that?"
Well, I got it from Glassstaff. I just joined the group.
Glassstaff, you didn't get nothing from me. And you notice that he's slurring his words. And the one next to him's kind of like swaying there a little bit and goes, "Let's get this fucker." and he just starts like he tries to push his buddy out of the way and start swinging at you, and you're clear that all 4 of these guys are pretty drunk.
Okay.
But roll initiative.
Okay.
Hey Dan, can I assume my mage armor's still up? It's 8 hours.
Yep.
How long has it been since we resumed since the last session?
What do you mean?
I don't know,
Couple
because
hours, maybe?
I was raging when we ended. I didn't know if I needed to re-rage.
Re-rage? No, you have exhaustion from your frenzy, so you have 1 level of exhaustion right now. And your rage lasts 1 minute. You guys have spent about a half hour or more. Spargle spent a good hour with checking out the weapon and stuff like that. It's been a while.
Hey Lark, is that a short rest for exhaustion, or is that a long rest?
I don't know.
Wow. I rolled really poorly.
Should we all roll initiative or just Deckard?
Yeah, go ahead. Everybody roll initiative. Lark, you didn't move up yet, though. Lark, did you?
I was assuming that it was following Deckard, but I don't care.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear you say that. Thornton, you rolled a 20?
Oh, with my modifier, yeah.
Yep, okay. Go ahead, everybody else roll. 22, and wow, you guys rolled good initiative. All right, hold on 1 second. Fargo's gonna keep rolling until he gets better initiative.
Oh, I didn't even see it go. My bad.
No sweat. All right, hold on 1 second. So we are Alaric first. Deckard or Spargo, who wants? Or no, Deckard's next.
I'm 14. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Thornton, you had a 20.
Yeah.
Right. All right, and then Deckard, and then Spargo. You guys all get a turn before these chumps. Okay. Well, and they're drunk, so I probably should have had them roll with disadvantage or something. But anyhow, all right. So Alaric, you were watching Deckard kind of go down the hall and bust in the door, so you were kind of on the ready of like for something to go down. So you go first.
Okay. And so all I'm getting right now with my level of exhaustion is just disadvantage on ability checks.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Right. So and the only reason I got that is because I was raging. Anytime my rage ends, I get that.
Frenzy, right?
Right. Because I'm raging.
I think it's only when you actually do the frenzy, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Rage
When I
doesn't
right
land
when
you
I
in exhaustion.
It does. It does in some cases.
When you're in a rage, you can go into a frenzy. If you choose to do the frenzy attack, that's when you get the exhaustion. If you just do the rage and let the rage time and let it end, I don't think you get exhaustion. Right?
Right. Well,
Yeah.
but right. So if I use frenzy as a bonus attack when your rage ends. So the idea is that when we ended the session, my rage ended because that was a short fight, right? So I was still raging. So you're saying that my rage ended since the battle, and I have the level of exhaustion.
Because you used frenzy. If you didn't use frenzy, you wouldn't have got the exhaustion.
Right. That's why.
Just rage alone doesn't give you exhaustion.
Right.
It does if I don't attack something.
What?
I gain advantage of you can't control when your rage ends early, or if you're knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since last turn.
Then your rage ends.
You can.
But you don't get exhaustion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought it did. Okay.
So you can rage.
All I'm saying is that so like when the session ended, technically my rage was still up, but now resuming, it's over, so I'm suffering exhaustion because of the frenzy.
Right.
But like if you were worried
But
about
how long does that last, and how do I counteract that?
Exhaustion?
Yeah. Long rest?
Sleep.
long rest.
Or does a
One
short
level
rest do it?
Of exhaustion per long rest. So like if it's per level.
I've never had to do this
exhaustion.
before, so I don't know. So it's all new to me.
Finishing a long rest will reduce your exhaustion level by 1.
And that is
So you
the
get-
only way to get rid of it, right?
That's and there's there's a bunch of other magical means of doing it, but that's the way you would do it. Right?
Okay, so my point is that's going to exist until we take a long rest, for the
That's
most
right.
part.
And if you were to rage again in frenzy, you'd be exhaustion level 2, which has worse penalties, and that continues to scale.
Right.
But
It goes
if
right.
you-
It goes ability checks, then speed halved, disadvantage on attack rolls. Got it. Okay.
Right, and each long rest only reduces your exhaustion by 1. So if you get up to like level 3 and you long rest, it's not like it goes back to 0. It goes down 1.
Got it.
But if you want to rage and not frenzy, you still get a benefit to it. I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
damn-
No, I do. I get a damage bonus to it.
And what you were saying about rage is also true. When you go into a rage to like sustain your rage, you either need to attack each turn or take damage.
Yep.
If you don't attack something and you don't take damage for a turn, you like calm back down in your rage.
And it doesn't mean successfully hitting. It just means attacking.
Successfully, right? Attacking
It just
or
means-
successfully being hit.
Right. Being
If
hit
someone
or
attacks
just
you and
attacking
misses, it
anything.
doesn't count. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. So it's my turn. I'm here.
Yep. Yep.
These are 5 block squares.
Yep.
So I don't know how this works, like the measurements here. Can I like get past Deckard and hit something or next to him or?
Well, there's a ruffian in the doorway, so you can't really get past the ruffian.
Can I
You could-
be in Deckard Square?
No, you can't end in the square. You could move through it freely because he's a friendly, but you can't end in it.
But but he's blocking the doorway, so I can only
You
really
could hold an. You could hold an action,
I can only really get to here then, right?
Yep.
so you could get there and hold an action,
Mm-hmm.
and then be like, "Hey, when one of these guys approaches me, I hack him with my sword."
Okay, so I'm gonna run up here and I'm gonna pop my rage, and I'll draw my sword and hold an attack action, like I'm waiting for something to knock Deckard down or Deckard to roll past them, and I'm gonna slash at whatever comes next.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Thoradin, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on Deckard,
Okay.
because he looks like he's gonna take some damage here. So that is 60 feet. So I'm just gonna move right there. I might as well just move there. So Shimmering Field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range, granting it +2 to AC for the duration. So you'll have a +2 AC for the next 10 minutes.
Nice. Thanks. man.
And that's a bonus
pretty
action.
huge. Right.
That's a bonus
How do
action.
I say that again?
+2
so-
AC for the next 10 minutes.
Is there a way I can
So-
mark that in?
I think if you right click your character, you
You
can
can
like
additional magic bonus too.
yeah.
There's a way to do it.
How do you do it?
If you click your square and then you click the
Yeah.
little hamburger gear,
Link
like,
established. Mic off.
put certain like things on there. It looks
Like-
like you can add.
If you click on the armor class, like if you click on the actual like, if I click a little shield that has your armor class in it,
Yeah.
it'll pull up a thing and then it says customize,
Oh, nice.
and then you can do a additional magic bonus.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just for the next 10 minutes. So probably this engagement.
You have to concentrate on that, Thoradin. So,
Right. So that means if I take damage or anything, it wears off, or
I only know this just because I play spellcaster. It means yes, if you take damage, you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
right.
I don't know what that save DC is. Dan, you might need to look that up.
It says 12 for me. It says 12 save
Okay.
DC. I don't know if that means anything. Under my
I think
spells.
it might be different for a constant. So if you take damage, you have to make a Constitution saving throw, and you can't cast another concentration spell. If you cast another concentration spell, it'll cancel that one.
Got it.
So the DC is 10 or half the damage that you take.
And I think I'm gonna, cause you had
But it
taken
also-
damage.
You can only concentrate on one at a time. So if you're going to use one of your other abilities that has a C next to it, another
Yep.
spell with a C next to it, it'll break the Shield of Faith and flip to that.
Got
It's
it.
like you're channeling, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's channeled. Right, that's what a concentration is. That makes sense.
Yep.
All right, so I do want to use Lay on Hands.
All right.
On Deckard, because I believe he had taken some damage.
I've done a long rest, so you see I'm not in too bad a shape, but
You did a short rest.
Short rest.
I'm sorry, yeah, I did a short rest. So you see that I'm not in too bad a shape. Like, you kind of look at me and you go, man, if you go... No, I'm not going to cheat.
On a scale.
On a scale of 25, no. You see that I could use a little bit of, a little sprucing up, but
So my Lay on Hands pool is 15. I'll use 5 on Deckard.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and decrement that, and Deckard, you take your add 5 health.
good. It was a good guess, Matt. I needed 4.
So suddenly the little bit of scratches and stuff that were left on Deckard all just sort of suddenly like seal back up, and he looks a little perkier, and he also has this whitish glowing aura around him. The red brands in front of him are just trying to like focus on him. Their eyes are kind of cross-eyed, they're swaying a little bit there, and they look a little surprised that all this stuff is happening right in front of them. But that doesn't affect their morale or courage yet. So,
And I get all these buffs from Thornton, and Deckard says, "Oh, Mendra, I swear to God, I'm gonna get you that bottle of wine."
Oh, you better, lad. I'm looking forward to it.
all right, so it's Deckard's turn.
All right, so I'm going to
Kick his ass, Seabass.
see what can I do here. I can't move through an enemy, right?
Well, show me where. You can't disengage. Well, you can.
They
Like,
would get
could I
an
move
attack of
to here?
opportunity.
Well, you could go around the corner here. You know what I'm
Could
saying?
he like
Got it.
stab
Like, I
him
could
and
go
then
like
roll
here,
over
right?
And then like, shoot him
Yeah,
with the
you-
crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna step into the room,
Okay.
and
So I could have made it there. Not the metagame. Right? Because I can pass through a friendly, and if he could move through there past the enemy, I could have as
Yeah.
well.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, but you're big. You're a big fucker.
True. I mean, I guess that's why if we're going to get super specific, we should
Hey,
get down to the dimensions of it. But I know you can pass through
No.
friendly, like, seamlessly, is the idea.
when you guys hold an action, I still to this day don't really understand it. Does that just mean you're basically kind of like moving lower on the initiative?
it's like an if then. So like
Okay.
you can hold an action and say, if someone comes near me, I'm gonna use my action to do a weapon attack.
So
Which
like,
is basically what Adam did.
so like he could say though also that like for like the second that you get out of his way, he's gonna charge in and hit. Is that like possible?
Well,
Is that-
you can't. I don't think you can include movement in it.
Right. Right. I think it's holding your ground.
Okay, got it.
So like on
That makes more
Roland
sense.
before, like I've held an action where if something comes within range of a spell, I'm gonna cast that spell.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Did you need a second, Dan?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on.
No, that's
Yeah, I
fine.
remember
I just
we
wanted
did
to make sure I wasn't holding it up.
like a doorway once, and I didn't get the whole like you couldn't. I just didn't get it. That makes sense.
You
So
should never fight in the
basically-
basement. It's a rule anyway.
Let's with your brother.
It's both of you brothers.
Who's the ugly one?
Yeah. So, I'll figure this out specifically later. But Deckard and the ruffian are sort of locked together in the middle of the doorway. No one's getting by them. But Deckard, because it's just you can
Mhm.
move past him into that other square if you want, and you won't invoke a attack of opportunity because you haven't disengaged yet.
Got it.
But I mean, we're talking about a 5 foot wide doorway or 3 foot wide doorway. You've got 2 human-sized people sort of engaged with each other in the doorway. I can't say that someone can get through
Totally makes sense to me.
Got it. So I can get through here.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Now, if you move out of that, if you move out of melee of this ruffian, then he'll get an attack of opportunity. But
Got it. Okay.
and obviously you are going to be put yourself in melee range of this one too.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, baby got a little gas.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, what I'm going to do then is I am going to attack this guy with my dagger.
Okay.
So I draw my dagger, and what's my hit? Right.
+6.
Ugh. 10.
Okay. Yeah, your dagger. You kind of stab at this swaying drunken ruffian, but the dagger doesn't go through his studded leather.
Got it. So, and then I kind of swing around and right over his shoulder with precision, I kind of put the crossbow almost like resting my forearm on his shoulder, and I shoot this guy.
This one in the back.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use
An
where's
inspiration.
no, where's
Use an accuracy inspiration, so you don't miss.
yeah, so I'm gonna use my menacing attack, my maneuver
Okay.
as a battle master.
So that uses one of your superiority dice.
Yes. Just to keep it simple, I'll paste the text in Slack. So I'm going to roll an attack roll. $20 plus here. Roll. So 18 to hit.
Okay, that's a hit.
And so I add the D8 to the damage. So how do you roll 2 different types of dice? Is there a way to do that?
I don't know.
We should call Crocus. He used to do it all the time.
Because I need to roll a D8 and a D6. Is there a way to roll both?
I don't know.
When Crocus rolled 100 dice or some shit.
Dude.
I could just roll them separate, I guess.
Yeah, I'll just do that. So a D8, 2, that's D6, 2. So 4 damage plus 4. So 8 damage
8 damage.
to
Okay.
to that guy, and then he makes a Wisdom saving throw.
He failed.
It had to be a 14.
He failed.
Okay, so now he is frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
So he can't move closer to me willingly, and he has disadvantage on his attacks while I'm in line of sight.
Cool.
Oh, Dan, I found the thing. So right now my conditions are exhaustion level 1.
Yeah, you can.
I got
create
it.
on
I got
there.
it. Yep, I got it listed because I was like, I figured there'd be like a thing to click, and I found it.
And
Sorry.
I am going to, with my movement, I'm actually going to retreat up the stairs a little bit. Are we all in a line here?
Mm-hmm. You're all in this hallway. Some of you guys are on Alaric and Thoradin are on the stairwell, and
We're on
Sparkle's up at the top of the stairs.
Am I able to get up here?
Yeah, you can move, kind of freely through all them as they kind of move to the side.
So yeah, I'm gonna head back up the stairs, which will give this guy an opportunity attack.
She gave you Shield of Faith, you fucking asshole. Fucking mix it up with these guys. What the fuck?
What's that? No, I'm trying to. I want these assholes to run into Alaric.
Now he's playing it safe.
All right. So as you you try to stab this one in front of you, and then you hit the one in the back. This one, and then you peel back and try to get through your friends there. The one does take a couple swings at you. So a 17.
That misses. Thank you for that shield.
So so his first swing, as you're kind of turn your back, he hits you like it's a nice clean swing, even for this like stumbling drunken Redbrand. But there's little sparks of white light as it hits this sort of shield, and doesn't do any damage at all. And then he swings again. This time is disadvantage. So this time it was an 18.
Well, he doesn't. Does he have disadvantage? He doesn't have disadvantage. The guy I shot in the back does. I gave this guy.
Yeah, he has disadvantage for.
Yeah.
No,
Got it.
Disadvantage.
Oh, because he's drunk. Yeah, 18 hits.
18 does hit with your armor. Okay.
I have an 18 AC.
Okay. So that does 8 damage.
So I'm gonna use my. Can I use? Let's see here.
He's just that hunter that gets aggro every fucking fight, and I have to keep healing.
I'm gonna use my parry maneuver.
Okay.
So parry is when another creature damages you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction and expend 1 superiority die to reduce the damage by the number you roll.
Nice.
Plus my dexterity modifier.
+4 in your case.
Yeah. So
take another superiority dice off and add your.
So I reduced it all.
Yep. So you
Nice!
paid it. So the ruffian hits you with the one, and it just makes this spark off your magical armor, and then he swings the other way. This one hits you a little, or it looks like. I mean, this one would have like came right in underneath your like right above your waist, and probably would have done a lot of damage. But you kind of like, as you're turning around to walk away, just pull your dagger back and tink, just deflect the shot, and it doesn't even make contact.
Nice.
Very nice. All right, Spargle, it's your turn. Now, all you've seen is you're kind of like looking down this staircase. You saw Deckard go down there, and Alaric follow him, and there's this little bit of a scuffle in the doorway, and then Deckard turned around and is running back your direction.
Okay, so I don't see any. I don't know what. I'm not aware of that. What he was fighting or anything even.
Yeah, you could tell just because they were kind of fighting in the doorway that it was one of the ruffians. You
Right.
don't know what else is in the room necessarily at this point, or.
But I certainly can't can I see that one there or not?
You can tell that there's someone still standing right there, but you don't have a line of sight on him.
Okay,
If that's what you're asking.
so I'm kind of So going back to like the whole thing, like so I could prep like a firebolt, and then as soon as I see somebody duck around that corner, I could shoot it, or my guy's in the way.
They're in the way, but you can do that. You can do what you said.
I'll tell you what. All right, I'm gonna do. All right, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna do like a minor illusion, and it says I can do it like at a shriek even. What I'm gonna do is imitate the Nothic's voice basically, and then just have it boom out, like originating from like right here, basically just boom out. That stop you fools! These are Glassstaff's men.
Okay,
Ooh.
so you're. I'm sorry. This is cool. So you're doing what now? What are you
Okay.
using?
The Nothic, the one that remember the one that was in my head.
Yeah. What spell are you using right now?
Minor illusion. So I can make I can create a sound from a whisper to a scream. It can be someone else's voice. drums, roars, whatever sound you choose.
Wow, that's cooler than anything we do.
Okay. Cool. All right.
That's cool.
All right, and you're kind of centered at the bottom of the steps.
Yeah, I'm just doing it at like a booming like sound, but it's in its voice. You know what I mean? Like loud, being just say, stop you fools. These are Glassstaff's men.
All right, and what's your spell save DC?
14.
14. Okay. They have disadvantage and they're dumb. So this should go really well.
And they're dumb.
Should go really well.
Wow. Okay. So when you cast that at the bottom of the stairs, you start to hear, you don't hear it real clearly, but you hear these drunken ruffians, a number of voices start talking to each other like, oh shit, oh these guys really are Red Brands. They got sent by the eye creatures talking. Oh shit. But they're so drunk and confused and now nothing's going, so they a couple of them you don't see this, but a couple of them are going to sort of step back into the center of the towards the back of the room. The one is still terrified of Deckard from the shot that he took, and then one just kind of slumps back towards the table and just kind of is eyeing the room a little bit, just sort of waiting to see what happens. Okay, so you want to do anything else?
That's an action, so there's not much else I can.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That's great.
All right. So yeah, this ruffian here, when he heard that, he uses his whole action to just move back and just kind of wait and see what's going on. So he loses a turn. One of them, though, maybe he's not drunk enough, or maybe he just realized that
Or
the
he's-
Nothic
or he
usually
is drunk
talks, or they usually speaks in their head, and this was like actually he heard with his ears, and the other people, so he steps out into the hallway and looks up, and he turns back to his comrades in the room and is like, "What are you talking about? These guys don't belong here. That was a trick. And he points up the stairwell and he goes, they've got mages. They're the armor, the magic is something's going on here, guys." And the rest of them kind of like look up and start to realize the ruse. And the one that was aware of what was going on then is going to attack Alaric.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
So how does that all work with me holding an attack and him running up in front of me?
I got a feeling you're gonna chop his head right off.
I gotta
That'd
shut
be
him
great
up
if these
quick.
guys like can't see outside the stairwell, and their buddy runs out there, and then he just gets hacked in half, like
Just
by this
slice right like cold cuts, just
by
slice
this
right in
unseen.
half. Like a piece of boar's head ham, just cut right in half.
Hey Steve, what cantrips do you have for damage? Just one of our viewers. is asking.
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
That's my main one for damage. Firebolt. And then I have like a bunch of like that God, I can never say it.
Prestidigitation?
Yeah, and I can.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, you just mumble
and
a
then
bunch
the
in the middle of
illusion
it.
thing that I just did.
That's what I did. Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
So you're going like mostly fire with the build is the idea?
Yeah.
Cool.
But other than Firebolt's not bad as a cantrip, but like
Where's
outside
your-
of that, it's mostly first level damage spells that, actually do much.
Cool. Yeah. So Adam, so what happens is you consumed your action in the previous turn to ready. You lose your reaction, and it does trigger. So you said that once if somebody came in front of you, you would.
Yeah,
you
came
were
into
gonna
melee
attack.
range.
Yeah, so you get to do that like now, like it's a reaction that triggers before he can do anything. So
And I just roll like an
he
attack
made his
roll.
movement. Yep. Now it's you get your attack.
Fuck 'em up.
That's all you get. You don't get any other like bonus or additional actions. You just get the one thing that you readied, which was to attack him.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
Cut him up into bologna slices. Oh, well, maybe next time.
Ho, 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 ho.
Ouch.
So that's 9 total.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you were ready. You were holding your great sword.
I can't
kinda
attack that
watching.
recklessly though, right? If it's gonna be
You
my
would have to
held
say that.
action.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, next time, just say that's what you were gonna do. Like you're gonna
No,
wait.
that's
and
fine.
use a
No,
reckless
I
attack.
wouldn't have.
Okay. So that's all you can do right now.
Yep.
Okay. So you swing. You were ready, and he kind of comes around the corner, but just because how tight it is in this little angle and stuff, your greatsword doesn't get around to him. You actually kind of hit the wall and don't connect. He then finishes his attack, which was he's got a short sword and he's trying to like stab at you with it. He sees you unarmored and he assumes that it's going to be you're going to be an easy target, even though you're rather large. An 8 for his first one.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's swaying around and stuff. These guys are all like stumbling. You can tell they're not real like good on their feet right now. And his second attack, so his first short sword, he kind of tries to stab you, and he whiffs, and he gets kind of frustrated, and he tries to swing around, and he swings in a full like 360, and actually falls to the ground prone.
Oh,
You
wow.
rolled a natural 1, and after all that fiasco, that's just what's going to happen to him. So, all right. This ruffian back here had kind of heard, now breaks out of the like, oh shit, this was just a big trick. This Nothic is not talking to us. It's some wizardry. And he moves himself back up here. And just sort of, he's got his short sword out. He's just sort of standing there, just sort of ready. This ruffian here is the one that Deckard shot, is a little more apprehensive and just moves kind of towards the sort of middle part of the room, standing behind the table. He's also wounded. He still has a bolt kind of sticking through his shoulder. All right, now we're back to your regular turn, Alaric.
Okay.
And you now have this ruffian that charged at you is just literally just like fell in front of you and is laying on the ground scrambling for his short sword.
What does that mean for me while he's prone?
I believe you get advantage on the attack.
Okay, so I'm not gonna attack recklessly. So I'll just roll twice here.
Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, he gets disadvantage if he tries to attack, and you get if you're within melee range, you get advantage attacking him.
Okay. There's the first one, 14, 12.
14 total?
Okay. Yeah, 14 is the best roll.
Right, so you bring your greatsword down on this guy as he's like trying to get back up on his feet and stuff, and you hit him square in the back. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah, as soon as I'm done with my thing here, I will. Oh shit, max damage. 18.
What was it, 18?
Mm-hmm.
So you bring it down.
Oh
and
shit, no, I'm sorry, hold on. No. Yes, because of my rage. Sorry, just ignore me.
Because you get the extra 2.
Yeah, right, because the extra. Sorry. Yep, that was it.
No, you're good. So you bring it down on his back, and it cuts right through the back of his studded leather armor. You actually see the leather armor just sort of split itself open once it's been played, and it goes down clear, like parallel to his spine, and he just flumps back down to the floor, completely motionless.
Is he
You
dead?
hear this? Yeah, he's super dead.
He's
This one here, actually, because he's like drunk and scared and freaked out that the Nothic's talking to him and all this shit, he actually makes a squeal like a girl. Like, like he looks at his buddy. I mean, they were rolling dice and drinking 5 minutes ago, and now all of a sudden his buddy's like laying like flayed half on the middle of the floor, and he gives a little shout out there. So, anything else you want to do?
So I haven't even moved yet, right?
Right.
I was already here. So how's that going to work for me moving through here with this freshly made corpse?
It's just like difficult terrain, but you can move through it. It just would slow you down, but I mean, you're not going super far, so.
Okay. So I'm actually just going to run past him, past the corpse, right up here in front of these two drunks. And I'm not going to use my frenzy. I'm not going to attack again. But I'm going to use my bonus action to just like laugh at them and taunt them both. However you envision that. Maybe I'll just like flex at them or scream or whatever.
Yeah, just like the Hulk.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, you're now standing in the middle of the room. They're all definitely freaked out about what the hell's going on, and you guys killed one of them. So, oop, did I skip Thoradin? Yeah, Thoradin, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. All right, so
I'm listening. I'll be right back, though. Sorry.
I saw all the blood and all the guts and all this, and I like it. I'm really into that shit. You guys know that. I mean, I'm this weird paladin, but I just love when evil creatures get what's coming to them. I actually kind of get off on it in some sick ways. So, as I see Big Allie kill this fiend, this brigand, this red brand, and he slashes through his neck, and I see the blade sink in. I take my sword off of my back and my shield, and I scream and I say, "Oh, half-orc, let me have some fun too!" And I run, and as I run, I do step on the corpse of this.
You make a point.
Yeah, to make a
Grind
point
the
of it.
heel a little bit.
I grind my heel a little bit, and I want to hear his bones crunch. And I step into him a little bit, and then I walk to my left, and then I take a big ol' hack. I think. Let me see if I should cast a spell. I have all these spells. Oh, okay. I'm gonna use the Hunter's Mark. I like this. This is pretty cool. So, I've never used this before. You choose a creature you can see within range and mystically mark it as your quarry. Till the spell ends, you deal extra 1d6 to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack, and you have advantage on any wisdom, perception, or survival check to make you find it. If the target drops to 0 before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on the subsequent turn of yours to mark a new creature. So I do more damage. I do an extra 1d6, it seems.
Right. Now, if you do that, I lose the armor.
Right.
You do, but you ran away like a little bitch.
Well, I was trying to
and-
give Alaric
Link
his
established.
attack.
I
Make
get it.
off.
No, and I get that, and I respect it, and it makes sense tactically and logically. Having said that, I need to mix it up with these boys, so I'm gonna cast a spell.
I like it.
So I cast Hunter's Mark on this this bastard. So you see like a red arrow come down above its head, and then I attack with my new longsword. So I pull Longclaw. No, what's it called? Talon.
Talon, yeah.
Monclaw.
So I say, by the might of Talon, and I slash down. So let me do my roll here. It's a 20 plus 6.
Now wait a minute. Are you?
Yeah.
You have a shield, so you're one-handing this thing, right?
I'm shielding. I'm one-handing because I decided to do tank and spank for this because I figure we got a couple bad boys in there. I don't want to two-hand it.
Yep. Okay, so it's a D. Yeah, you get a +6 on your attack roll. 19. All right, that's a good hit. So you kind of
good hit.
scramble in the room and you just swing with this new longsword that you've never swung before, and it feels really good. A real clean, swift kind of
Power.
hit.
It's good.
It hits them
Yeah.
solidly in the side. Let's see the damage. It's a
All right,
D8
so-
plus 4.
D8 plus 4, and then the hunter's mark. Do I do that after?
Yeah, I guess I don't
Okay.
know how to roll them.
So this
together.
is the weapon damage.
6.
6. Okay. And then the hunter's mark is.
Another D6.
Oh, it's a D6. Okay. Thank you for that. So 11 damage. Is that what we're?
That's it.
Oh, all right. Oh, okay. Narrate it, please.
Yeah, no. So yeah, the swing's clean, and you hit him, and it does pierce right through his leather armor. He grabs his side real quick or real fast, and screams in pain, and blood is just gushing out. You know, you hit like a pretty an organ or something, or got through his rib cage, and he's now like holding his side and holding his sword up, and he looks pretty good and fucked up. All right, Deckard, it's your turn.
I'm gonna run
Alright.
away more. I'm just kidding.
Do you say that out loud?
No.
All right. So I gotta take away my magic AC that I had.
Now, Matt, did you expend another spell slot? So you've cast since you've had a rest. You've
I
cast
think I'm
Bless,
done now.
Right, Shield of Faith and Hunter's Mark.
Yeah,
so you
I'm
should
done.
be out of spells.
Tapped out. That's it, boys. That's it. Can't
So
be
I'm
running
gonna
away.
come in here. Where can I go here? Can I get over here?
Ooh.
Oh.
Is that possible, Dan? Or do I here?
Yeah, you can get there
Yes, here.
easily.
One.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can step over the dead body and right behind Alaric, and yep, you're standing in front of this guy who's really fucked up, and then this guy who you scared earlier. This
Yeah,
one
so-
here was the one that, it was the other one that hasn't been hit yet.
Yep. So I spin my dagger around in my hand and swipe at the dude in front of me.
Okay.
Roll a 20. Not a
That's a
natural
hit.
20, but
That's a hit. Dagger goes right through the armor, right into him.
You're attacking this one, Deckard. This one right here.
I
The
don't
one that's
see your
adjacent
clicks.
To me, I believe.
You have
the
to
one right with the
if you hold left click, you'll get a little ping. There you
it
go.
is. Yep, that one is who
Yep.
he's thinking.
Okay.
7 damage to that dude.
7 damage. So you kind of sneak back into the room and dip behind your behind the half fork there, and then you just stab this dagger right into his chest, and he was holding his side. Now he's hit here, and he just falls down unconscious and bleeds out.
Nice.
So now I get to cast Hunter's Mark on a new target, right?
You can
And it
use your
doesn't-
bonus action to move it
Yeah.
on your next
Right.
turn.
Got it. And that
So that
doesn't
dude.
cost.
So
spell
I
slot.
leave the dagger in
Nope.
that dude.
Just a bonus action.
Got it.
Like I just let the dagger go down with him.
All right, cool.
So he's dead.
He's dead.
He
And
did.
then I swing around with my crossbow and I shoot my friend over here that's frightened of me.
Okay. You got a pretty clear shot on him.
And I roll a natural 1.
All right, so you stab your dagger in there, let go of it, and then pull your crossbow back and shoot it. But you're in all that sort of commotion. You actually the crossbow itself slips out of your hand, and it kind of flips around and lands at your feet. So it's now on the ground in front of you. You're standing there with nothing in your hands.
With nothing in my hand.
But two red brands on both sides are laying there dead. The one that you, even though you missed, he still was kind of freaked out that you were even pointing your crossbow at him. And
he's
What's
not
that
frightened
license?
anymore. He's only frightened until the end of my next turn.
Okay. But it's Spargle's turn anyhow, so
Oh, got it.
he can't do anything. Spargle, it's your turn.
I can't, like, 5, 10, 15. I can't go right there, right? Like, because I'm limited, I think, as far as where I can move in.
15, 20, 25.
Difficult terrain just
25.
means double movement, right? So if it's a 5 block, it's 10. So you can go 5, 10, 25 to that square. Can you not be in a
Like,
block
I
with a
can't go
corpse?
here, basically, right?
so.
Let's see. Your move. What is your movement anyhow? It's 25.
25.
So let's see. We're gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20,
Oh, that's
25.
right. That's hazardous.
Yeah, and you're a little dude, so even though he's just climbing over that dead body and getting past a couple of your buddies, that's gonna be hard. I'd be fine with you. Yeah, you can stand there on top of the dead body.
Okay. Do I have, like, a free shot at this guy? Is there any way I could...
Yep. To do what?
I can do firebolt. I was gonna do if I did a. I was thinking about doing a cone type of weapon, but I don't going to here. But I don't think it's gonna get this guy if I do a cone, right?
Which
It's a
guy?
15-foot cone, so it'd be like one. You know what I mean? Would it hit this guy here too if I did the 15-foot cone?
Let me see.
That's pretty sweet how it does that.
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Okay.
You're
I'm
a
gonna
little guy.
cast-
It's a wide doorway. You got. I mean, I think you're. Yeah, you get it. You can try to catch him in the cone. Go ahead.
Okay. Then I'm gonna cast Burning Hands. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go hot spot, and then cast Burning Hands.
Burning Hands. Okay. So they have to take dex saving throws, and they're all drunk and stumbling around. So
Right.
that's a dex saving throw against your spell DC spell save, I guess, which is 14.
Right, 14.
Okay. No, they get a plus. They're faster ish. Okay. You said it was what, 14?
14.
Okay. So they both failed.
Okay.
They both would have passed if they weren't drunk and stumbling around, but they just can't get out of the way fast enough.
Yeah.
9 damage?
Yeah.
No, 9 damage to each. That's a pretty good hit. All right, so Spargo kind of runs down the stairs, jumps up on top of the dead Red Brand, the one that Alaric sort of split in half, and he does his whatever he just said with his thing, and you guys see like a hot spot. And he puts his arms out like this, and just flames start like fanning out, like a big, almost like a big cone. And the one right in front of him just starts. He's trying to put himself out. He's like smacking his sword around, and just flames are all going around him. His hair's singeing, and he starts screaming again. That's the one that like screamed like a girl when Alaric killed the other guy. The Red Brand in the corner that's got the bolt sticking out of his shoulder and stuff. He barely even makes a noise. The flames. He kind of steps back. He bumps into the wall, and he is like smoldering, and because he's bleeding, and now he's burning. He's barely holding his sword, and he's wavering. He doesn't even look like he can stand at this point. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. All right. So this one here that's standing next to Alaric, he doesn't know. I mean, he doesn't know what the hell is going on. I want to see this. Is that on?
It's
this
Matt, yeah. I like it. I like it.
That's exactly what it looked like in my head. All right, and so this one here, he sees Spargle. It's like his friends are just getting cut open and burning, and you know they don't know what the hell's going on. So he tries to stab at Spargle, who he just was really freaked out at about the fire. An 8.
No.
And he misses. He doesn't even make contact, and he slashes again the other way, kind of frantically, for 6. So he just completely misses.
Cool.
This ruffian in the corner, kind of on his last leg as well, just stumbles forward, just almost out of either desperation or confusion, or just doesn't have anything else to do. Stumbles forward towards Thoradin and starts slashing at him with his short sword. He'll swing twice. 10
I do. Yeah, that don't hit, brother.
and a 13.
Nope.
So Thoradin's chainmail and shield this guy doesn't even have a chance of even getting close to making contact with anything that would matter.
I'm a brick shithouse right now.
That's it. Now, Lark, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna.
Remember,
just
we
like
should-
in a single motion here, I'm gonna take a swing at that one right next to me.
We should
Alright.
question one before we kill all of them. I mean, I really don't care, but
Yeah, Lark's not gonna hear any of that. He's gonna try to chop this guy in half.
yeah, I'm all for it.
Vengeance.
Are you lead raging right now?
Mm-hmm. Hold on, let me just read this.
God, I want a friggin' snack and I don't have any
I'm
snacks.
gonna attack recklessly here.
Okay.
So 17 and 25. I assume 25 hits.
Oh, yeah.
Almost a crit. 2d6 4
I'll pay someone $50 to make a YouTube video of Dan narrating like all of the character deaths.
plus. So
Matt,
12
I would give
damage
you
to
some of
him?
these unsalted pumpkin seeds, but they're useless.
I'll take the hot dog.
Air.
So you bring down your greatsword. Ooh. Sorry.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah,
So-
it's just a little...
sounded like a phone.
No, it's just a...
Oh, that's another headset in the fucking boneyard.
It's a little incense burner. Yeah, so you bring your great sword down. He was still like kind of like stumbling a little bit, holding out his arm with his short sword, ready to attack you. And you just like Luke Skywalker in the most cantina, just arm right off. His arm lands on the ground, short sword still in it, and he falls over dead.
Nice.
All right, back to Thoradin.
Alright, so I take out a bone saw and I go up to that. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I could have used a bonus action, but it's fine.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, I'm
fine.
sorry.
No.
You want to do something?
No, it's fine. I'm not gonna do anything because the one that's left is damaged and like whatever feared or he's like
on
afraid.
fire. Everything's bad.
All right,
He's like-
yeah, I'm not even gonna attack him at this point. I'm just gonna,
All right,
I'm gonna,
so he's
I'm
on
like
fire?
the fight's over for Alaric, so he's gonna start like, you know,
He's on fire?
seeing how everybody's doing.
Yeah, he's like smoldering. There's just like
Alright,
smoke and.
So I
stuff
undo
still
my buckle
Oh,
and I start urinating on him.
All right.
And
And
I'm very I have to pee a lot because I've just been drinking like a fish the past fucking few days. So like I have to take a huge piss. And I say, oh, I gotta take a huge piss. So I undo my buckle and I just stop.
what are you using 2 hands for there, dwarf? You aren't fooling anybody.
That's clearly a one-handed weapon.
So I start pissing on this red brand, and I say, if you want me to put the fight out, you better start talking, lad. Because I want him to talk. I want to know. I want to know information.
Just got a vision of like Tyrion pissing off the wall. All right, so Thoradin just drops his drawers and just starts, and he's just pissing all over this guy, and the guy's looking at him, and he's in pain, and he's burnt, he's drunk, and he's all beat up, and he just looks he looks so he actually just like his arm and his sword go down to his side, and he just like just fucking kill me. And, it's Deckard. You're just standing there right next to this guy, or you're right across from this guy. Thoradin's
Having a
pissing
rough
all
day.
over. So you could do something there.
So my crossbow's at my feet.
Uh-huh.
But there's also a dwarf peeing next to me.
Uh-huh.
With his dick hanging out.
Uh-huh.
So
You're not which shaft to grab.
Yeah, no, like when I kneel down to like pick up my crossbow, I'm trying to keep my distance from his.
What does a dwarf dick look
All
like?
right, make a dexterity check.
See if you can avoid the dick, Will.
Hey, it's not gay unless your balls touch. I just added my dexterity modifier,
Yep.
so 18.
All right, so yeah, you're pretty close to. I mean, you're only a few feet away from Thoradin, and he's doing like a sprinkler, a little back and forth, to make sure he gets a lot of range there.
He's
and
in oscillation mode.
Everything. Yeah, he's in the oscillating mode. And but you're pretty swift, so you kind of like you're almost moving with his motion, and you don't get a drop on you. And you manage to pick up your crossbow.
Got it. So I guess that's my one interaction, so I can't pull a dagger or anything.
Right.
Can I?
No.
So I just I shoot this dude with my crossbow.
All right.
$24.
You hit him square in the middle of the sternum. It goes right into the center of his chest, and he dies.
Oh,
Okay.
that's that.
He had a hit.
Well,
point.
just for fun. I do 6. Some bad rolls.
Literally, the piss almost killed him. He had one hit. Like if the piss were coming out with a little more force, it probably would have done him in. All right, and at that, all the red brands in this room are dead. You notice now, now that you've had a chance to all be in the room and look around, you see several worn tables and chairs that are scattered around this room. There's wooden benches that are drawn up against the walls, and they're decorated with draperies with brown and red. There's several ale kegs that have been propped up in the corner here. They've all been tapped.
Ah!
So this is like their party room, right? And then the 4 human warriors are all dead and laying on the ground. A stack of coins and trinkets is heaped up on the table. Looks like, if you walked into a poker game and somebody had just thrown all the ante and stuff into the middle of the pot. And that's it. And there's some dice on the table that they were throwing down. You guys want to do anything in this room? And then to the south, you see a door. Again, there was a door to the north behind Spargle in that hallway as well.
I want to bust all these barrels open,
Okay.
like Donkey Kong.
All right. Yeah, you start going through and smashing up barrels, and as you bust them open, you notice some have a little bit of ale still in them. Some of them are completely empty, but there's nothing of interest. Are you going to break all of the barrels?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Hold on 1 second.
When he looks to the side and says, it's not good.
You don't know me.
Oh, I broke something. I broke something.
Oh no, I was just looking. No, sorry, I'm just looking for something on here. Okay. All right. So yeah, you break up all the barrels and you get through them all. And the only thing you found was ale in some of them, and the rest of them are empty.
I feel satisfied.
What else do you guys want to do?
Can we loot the bodies?
Yeah, I'd like to look through the corpses.
I loot one of them that is not peed on.
All right. So Deckard, yeah, he goes through the dry one.
Yeah, I go through this guy here.
They don't really have anything on their person other than their studded leather armor. The one's not in good shape, so you probably don't want that. And they have their shitty short swords and their red cloaks. That's it. You guys don't find anything else. of interest
I asked
in them?
Spargle if Stinkbag is hungry.
Dinkbag's always hungry.
Ooh, what does he want to eat? What do I have? Do I have any food? Does he eat candles?
He finds food.
Okay. Alright, well, I just give him a little pet. Just give him a little pet in between the ears and the head.
All right.
This paladin's weird. Can we get rid of this guy?
Yeah. Bring back that fucking weird
So-
warlock elf thing.
He just kept to himself and ate bugs.
Yeah.
Like
So
cutting
you
off
said there's
hands
nothing
and
on the
hands.
table but just like some coins and stuff, but nothing like of value.
So on the table is
I'm
yeah,
assuming
just
I can wiggle my way in at this point, right?
yeah. You guys can move freely around this room now. You just a big pile of coins of all type, copper, silver, gold, and then a set of gold earrings that look like they may be worth a little bit more than the rest of the stuff.
Alright, I'll take the earrings.
Okay. Oh, and the earrings have like a little tiny ruby in them.
Ooh, I love gems.
You can take a gold earring set, and the value's 30 gold.
Ruby, 30 gold. Okay.
So I
You may
noticed
wanna-
him taking these rubies.
Are you trying to be sneaky about it at all, Thoradin, or are you
No.
just grabbing them off the table?
No, just grab 'em.
Everybody sees him kind of walk
Yep.
over, and he's kind of sifting through the pile of coin, and you see him pull out a set of like earrings and looks at them and seems to like that there's a shiny red gem in the middle, and he puts it in his pocket.
Love it.
All right, I'm just sniffing around,
Okay.
looking for other things, see if there's anything else interesting in here.
Lark's just kind of on a knee, leaning on his sword, just catching his breath.
Okay. Does anybody want to take the coins off the table, or?
I grab the coins off the table.
Okay. You want ready to enter this into your sheet?
I am.
75 copper, 55 silver, 15 gold.
Ooh.
So Deckard walks over, opens his little coin purse thing, and just scrapes all the coin off the table into his purse and seals that up. And at that, this room's kind of empty.
Alright,
Minus-
let's.
So it
minus
was
dead people.
75, 55, 50. Copper, silver, gold.
Yep. 75, 55, 15. Yep.
I go on this corpse here and I just start jumping on it.
Yeah.
Does anything come out? Confetti?
I lean into a Lark. Deckard leads into a Lark. He's like,
Candy?
Hope Mender gets weirder every day.
And Lark's gonna reply back. I kind of agree. Where do we keep finding these people?
You think he'll go into spider coma?
Not this guy.
Spider coma.
Not this guy.
I mean, as you're jumping up and down on the dead body, nothing's coming out except like the pool of blood sort of starts to extend a little bit more as you're like putting pressure on it, and it's just oozing out a little quicker.
So Lark, you think the gnome is normal? No, man. What?
More normal than me, and he lit a fucking building on
A,
fire.
a Lark's like, a Lark just goes, yes.
It's Psycho.
Psycho.
Well, don't you go crazy on me, man. I don't need you slapping me up with that sword or anything.
Don't worry about that.
As he fingers a horse from the back. You fucking weirdo.
Give him a reach around.
Don't you get weird on me.
All right.
All right, time to go.
Yeah, which way do you guys want to head? You want to
No,
head
we-
south or north?
Well, let's I knock on this door right here.
Oh,
You
there's a
knock-
door there.
You knock on the door to the north.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alaric's gonna come down and knock on the door to the south.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, there's another door.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
table.
There was
Dance.
a yep. There's
Almost simultaneously, like as Decker's doing that, Alaric's gonna be like, "Hey, man, what about this door over here?"
I don't know. I'll knock on this one. You knock on that one.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
this is like what not to do in D&D strategy.
I love it.
Alright, So
I know. Fargo's looking to his left and to his right, watching these guys knock on doors, and he just
Love
kind of
it.
scratches his head.
so Deckard, you do a perception check.
Okay. 20. 19.
19. Okay, so you walk up to the door to the north, and you're kind of knocking on it, and kind of listening, and you hear. It's really hard to hear because it's very light. You hear like a little like scuffing sound, like a scratching sound,
Mm-hmm.
like a scurrying of some sort, like almost as if Winston were walking around on linoleum, right? But even
Mhm.
fainter than that.
Oh no.
And then you also hear like a bubbling sound, like a gurgling, bubbling sound, and that's it. Alaric, also make a perception check.
Okay. $21.
Um, you guys should be very thankful I roll like absolute garbage. But you don't hear anything. So you knock and you hear it's more of a hollow sound. So there's like there's an opening behind the door, of course. But that's all you don't hear anything kind of after you knock.
Okay, I'm gonna yell that out loud to the group and be like, "I don't hear anything over here. Nobody's home."
There's something moving in here. It's something over here. It's probably some kind of weird monster. I don't know.
Sparkle, light the door on fire.
I brighten up immediately,
What'd you say?
and I run over there, and I just kind of whisper up to Deckard, and I'm just like, really?
Oh yeah, light it up. Let's see.
Light it up.
Light it up.
Let me back up. Let me back up here for a minute. Okay, and I take a step back.
Okay, so I move right here, and then I aim right at it, and I launch a firebolt at the door.
You're actually casting a firebolt?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and let's see.
Is that a
Firebolt.
cantrip?
Yep. What do I do? Do I roll a?
Yeah, go ahead and roll your. Wait, let's see. So that's is that you roll an attack on that? Range spell attack. Yeah, go ahead and make your range spell attack with your +6 or whatever.
Yep. Okay. 18 against the door.
18 against the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then roll your damage, your D10.
I say incinerate.
Nice.
All right. So yeah. So Sparkle gets all excited when you tell him to burn down the door, and he rolls up, and just this like flaming like flat like stream of fire comes out, and it hits the door squarely, and the door catches on fire, and it's burning. The hallway's starting to fill with smoke, which is making it difficult. It's not well ventilated here, so it's getting a little hard to breathe in this area. But the door is burning, and it's starting to like smolder apart and kind of break down.
Can I pick up one of these dead bodies and use it as a battering ram?
You can.
I'm gonna do that.
All right. Why don't you make a let's see, do a an unarmed attack. So do an unarmed strike.
Okay.
So I think that's your D20 plus 5.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Thor, are you picking the one up that has piss all over it, or the other one?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
That's his favorite.
So-
That's a trophy now.
So after Thoradin pulls his pants back up and zips him, and he kind of looks down, and,
Or doesn't.
yeah, or doesn't.
Yeah. Who's to say that I picked?
All right, so with your dick hanging out, so you look down at this. You seem pretty satisfied with the amount of like, urine saturation that you've achieved with this red brand, and you look up and you see your new little gnome friend just fucking torching a door for some reason, and you get, hey, why not? And you grab this red brand and you just kind of run straight into the hallway, and his head goes smashing right into the burning door, and the rest of the door and splinters into like a bunch of ash and fire, and the dead body lands kind of like burning and smelling like burning piss and everything into the doorway. The door itself busts open, and then you, Thoradin, are kind of like standing right there in the doorway.
Pants down.
Pants down, piss everywhere.
Covered in piss and fucking alcohol. And there's nothing in there.
All right, and what you see is so this room looks like a bit of like a workshop. So there's workbenches along the wall. There's a big sort of working table in the middle of the room, and there's a bunch of like vials and glass kind of contraptions and apparatus and everything like that. The room appears to be a wizard's workshop. Right as you kind of come into the room, you see this big fat rat who kind of scurries across the floor and hides under the big work table in the middle, which is set up with alembics, retorts, distillation coils, and other alchemical devices. All of it stewing and bubbling away. The bookshelves on the side are crowded with parchment and books and stuff like that.
Is this where they revive the mountain?
It actually looks a lot like that room.
All right.
Do I see the rat?
Yeah, you make a perception check. It'll be kind of hard because there's a burning door and a dwarf with a stained dead red brand running by. There's a lot of commotion, so
I was kind of further. What is my perception? Sorry, I didn't do my. I forgot to add the one 12.
That's okay. 12. You don't. You didn't notice the rat. Only Thoradin, who was like kind of in the room. You just caught it, really, Thoradin, out of the corner of your eye, kind of dart under the table.
Okay.
Can we take a 5-minute?
Yeah, I gotta call my cousin anyway.
Okay, yeah, I gotta clean up this shit I spilled all over the floor and get a beer.
Yeah, we can take a break if you guys want. Are you eating more food, Will?
Yeah.
I want food.
I like snack nonstop during bad.
Your mic's muted, Dan.
Oh, I just said that I snack on about 20 mini Twix and Snickers bars a day out of Ponch's office. It'd be great if you could just start having like celery sticks and hummus.
Dude, just substitute everything for almonds.
Oh my god.
I was eating these. I was just saying it earlier, but I was eating these unsalted pumpkin seeds. They're horrible. Just
I don't like pumpkin seeds at all.
Yeah.
Sean and the kids
unsalted
like make
too. It's
them.
like flavorless.
Yeah, I don't like pumpkin seeds either.
Those habanero barbecue almonds are absolutely the.
I would eat a
crack
can of
nuts.
those for every meal every day, plus my snacks.
Me too.
Do you
What
get
are
those
they?
at like Heinen's or where do you get those?
Yeah, Giant Eagle.
All
Heinz.
over.
It's
It's the Blue Diamond.
Really?
Yeah, it's a flavor of
Habanero
Blue
bacon?
Diamond's almonds. Habanero barbecue.
Oh, barbecue.
Yep,
Oh.
they're unreal, man.
Do you guys just hang out all day at work?
I wish we did. We're too fucking
No.
busy.
Yeah.
But every chance we get, when it's like, somehow we have a break and we don't have meetings or something like that, it's usually me, Ponch, and Doug talking about D&D shit.
Right.
That's awesome.
And the cool thing is we work together on a bunch of stuff all the time. Like Doug runs all our education stuff, and Weirs and I are, we work together on everything. So it looks like we're doing something important. But we're just talking D&D strategy.
Yeah, we'll be doing work, and then I'll be like, all right, well, I got a really important question, and it'll be
Right.
about the campaign or whatever.
Right.
Doug hates me so much.
I think most people hate you so much. Well, it's fine.
Why does Doug hate you? Oh, because you're always fucking throwing a wrench into his campaign shit?
No, because I don't know. Because I metagame too much.
Nah, I think he loves it. He may act frustrated, but he lives this. He loves, anything D&D is up.
Yeah. And he just does that. He acts frustrated all the time, but he doesn't. He makes he'll like to make a big deal out of stuff, but he, like you said, he just enjoys it.
Well, I know I do. So we can get going a little bit while we're waiting on Matt. If anybody else wants to do something.
I'm gonna go in there and check it out, look around.
Okay. All right, go ahead. You can move yourselves into that room wherever you want to be. You notice now that you've moved into the room, Spargle, you do notice that there's a big fat rat kind of just checking it, like hiding underneath the table and just kind of watching everybody. I mean, this isn't like a giant rat. It's not threatening or anything. It's just
Okay, that's what I was gonna
it's
say.
just a fat-sized rat. It doesn't seem at all to be a threat.
All right, so I'm next to Thoradin, and I whisper at him. I'm like, "Rats exaggerate. They're untrustworthy." And then I drop down, and I talk to it.
Okay. Because you have
I can speak to some animals
You're gonna use a spell?
because I'm a forest gnome. That's an innate
guys, sorry.
ability.
So you didn't miss anything, Matt. Yeah, racial trait, speak with small animals. Through sounds and gestures, you can communicate simple ideas with smaller beasts. So you can't really carry a conversation, but you can what would you like to try to? I'll give you sort of simple sort of statements that you can kind of interact with this thing on.
I don't know how to do that.
What's in the other room?
Go ahead and say whatever you want, and I'll just kind of roll with it.
I'm just like I'm initially I'm just greeting it
Um,
and letting it know we're friendly.
so where it had been like twitching around nervously, once you approach it and sort of like communicate with it, it seems to like calm down and kind of just now stare right at, instead of its eyes darting around the room, it sort of stares at you with sort of intrigue, and you get this sense back from it that it's like it's friendly. It's like hello, like a sort of a sense of a greeting from it.
Okay.
We're all soldiers now.
Knock knock.
Winston!
I procure a small piece of food and give it to it.
Okay. All right. When you feed it, and now it starts like its tail starts twitching and its nose starts twitching. You can tell it's very happy, and you even get the sense back that it's happy. Look at that dude.
A little puppy rogue.
Hey, Winston!
And the rat then crawls up on your shoulder and just kind of sits there, and it's kind of like hanging out.
But what about Stinkbag?
He's in my knapsack still.
Alright, okay. As long
Was
as
he
he's
jealous?
He knows I talk to animals.
All right. So now this rat is sort of like sitting up on your shoulder.
Alright, cool. The rat has joined the party. Maybe it's Crocus reincarnated.
We see anything else? You said bubbling. Is that from the equipment?
Yeah, so you notice the equipment's active and recently been used. So, did you want to check it out closer?
Sure.
Make an Arcana check. I'm assuming that's a good one for you.
Look at Ponch making all these intelligence checks.
I know.
I know, I'm just pissing on people and lighting shit on fire.
Hey,
We should call
that's got value.
Matt New Vegras.
So, yeah, you are really adept at all this kind of stuff, and you walk in the room, and you barely even need to look at the equipment, and you know right away that somebody has been trying unsuccessfully, but you can kind of tell by all the materials and everything that's on the table. Somebody's been trying to make invisibility potions.
Ooh. There's no potion, no examples of a successful potion though there. Right?
That's right. You are so in tune with all of this from your arcane background that you can tell that you can even tell where they were doing it wrong, and you know that they were missing a couple key components, and you could tell that they were trying to do this but have never been successful. You also notice, and you know that there's some of the materials that there's a couple vials. There's one that has a silverish liquid in it, which is mercury. Another green vial of some like kind of thick, sticky looking stuff that you know is dragon bile, and another vial of black powder, which is powdered nightshade.
Okay.
So you can take all three of those if you want. They're reagents that are worth about 25 gold each.
I'm also like looking for anything that just like components. I'm kind of taking little ones here and there that kind of replenish my stores of different ones. And if I see anything that I could in any shape or form enable one of my fires or explosions or anything like that, I'm digging around for that kind of stuff too.
Cool. Yeah, you replenish yourself with some of the more common reagents that you might need, but you don't find anything that's particularly useful other than the three that I mentioned that you know are just valuable.
Mercury, black powder. What was it again?
It was mercury, dragon bile, and powdered nightshade, and they're worth 25 gold each.
Can I drink dragon bile?
You can drink whatever you want.
You can drink whatever you want.
See how it goes.
Is it toxic to dwarves?
I think it's probably toxic to everybody.
Dragon bile?
You don't know.
I'll listen
You're
to
welcome
the
to try it. You're welcome to try it if you want. Oh yeah. Actually, if you ask Spargle that, Spargle, why don't you make another Arcana check?
Hey,
Okay.
Sparkle, what do you know about drinking dragon's bile? It looks tasty.
Or medicine if you want. Okay, so Spargle, Thornton asks you like, "Hey, can I drink that?" And you know that if he were to drink it, there's a pretty good chance that it would severely impact his fortitude, his strength.
Okay. So I did
Positively or
mention-
negatively?
Not in a good way.
Okay. I'm good.
And so Spargle, you relay that
Yeah.
to Thornton.
Yeah, absolutely.
But otherwise, you can add those to your inventory if you'd like.
All right. I don't even know how to do. I guess that's like a custom item.
Yep.
I know how to do it from the character edit screen, but not the sheet.
Got it. I can do it on manage equipment. It's just weird.
Yep. All right. Anybody else looking around the room or want to do anything in here?
No,
No, I'm not.
no alcohol. I'm good.
So this room, there's a door on the east side of the room where Thornton just kind of stood in front of, and then Alaric is still standing by the door on the south side of the gambling room that you guys were in.
I want to hit that door down with my warhammer. Can I do that? Is everybody cool with that?
You do you, man.
You can do whatever you want.
I know, but I mean, I don't want to blow the spot up of the group. I mean, are we all cool with that?
What would
Just
what
do
would
it.
Thor-
And see
are
how
you
we
asking
react.
for?
Thornton would probably charge into the door.
Then
Well,
do
then-
it.
Do
All
it.
right, so I back up a little bit onto this table, and I get a running start.
I get out of his way.
No, I push you, and then I
Good idea.
charge into, and then I charge into the door, full steam ahead.
All right. Make an
right.
attack. Are you doing? You're just barreling into it, not using a weapon.
Barreling into it, no weapon.
All right. So do your unarmed attack.
Do you have a pet owl?
I do, but I didn't really do much with it. I don't know. His name is Minkles.
Mingles?
Minkles.
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 Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, let's hear this.
All right. So Thornton like backs up and he looks at the door, and everybody was kind of looking at the door like, "Hey, should we?"
And I didn't do my
Door
pants. I
knob?
didn't bring my pants up. Maybe that'll play
If
into
it's
narration. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. Even without your pants zipped up entirely, you kind of like run at this door, and everybody's like, "Why? What's wrong? Why is he running at this fucking door?" Like, what? And he runs straight into it, like crown of his head first, and he hits it and doesn't. The door barely seems to shudder, and he turns around and just looks starry-eyed and dazed, and he starts to sway like he's gonna like pass out unconscious, but steadies himself a little bit. You hear. Oh, sorry. No, I don't know if you hear that. Nope, you don't hear anything.
Okay.
So, I see Thornton like seeing stars and spinning around, and I walk over, kind of nonchalant, looking him in the eye. I grab the doorknob, twist it, and just slowly open the door.
Easily just throw it open. Yeah. All right, and the door creaks open. With ease, just like the treasure chest that was opened without having to smash it into pieces. All right, so
And I step inside.
you step inside. So this room looks way different than everything else you've seen in this complex. This looks like it's been decorated, lived in. Everything is like luxurious and nice. It's even warm in there. It feels like you stepped from like a dungeon into like a nice castle sort of chamber.
Is it well lit?
It's it is well lit. There's a lantern on the table, and the walls of this bedchamber are covered with drapes of scarlet cloth. The furnishings include a small writing desk, which has the light on it, with a chair, and a comfortable-looking bed, and a wooden chest at the foot of the bed.
I go rummage through the chest.
Okay.
I mean, do I see anything? Do I see anything in this room other than the stuff?
Make a perception check.
God.
Nope.
All right. Well, yeah, I go.
Nope.
I go rummage through the chest.
All right. Yeah, you pop the chest open, and it is unlocked. Big wooden chest, and it's sort of got it's loaded. It's got a huge pile of coins, 180 silver, 130 gold, a big silk pouch full of carnelian gems, 2 paradots, and a pearl.
I start stuffing all of this into my pocket.
Okay, so go ahead and record it all. You ready?
So what was it?
180 silver, 130 gold, 5 carnelians. Those are worth 10 each.
Carnelians. So is that a currency?
No, those are gems.
Oh. Can I add those in equipment?
Yeah, you can just add
Carnelian, C-A-R.
Nelians.
I'll add them another way.
I'm watching this. I wander over to Alaric, and I tug on his sleeve, and I point at Deckard, and I'm like, he likes stuff, doesn't he?
As soon as you say that, Alaric is just gonna let out a very loud laugh, like to the point that anyone in the surrounding rooms would hear, and along with a nod and smile and a thumbs up.
And I say,
Okay.
wait till we tell you about the Jade Frog.
Lark starts booming laughing at that. And to the south, you hear a door slam and then some guttural yelling. You can't make out what they're saying, but you hear people yelling or something yelling in a loud voice, well to the south of where you're at. Decker, did you get the rest of this?
I got 5 carnelians.
Yeah, 2
all the
paradox.
Oh, peridot. 2 peridot.
Those are 15 each. A pearl.
So so the carnelians are 10 gold each.
And I could send you all this later. Why don't you just write down treasure from bedchamber or something, and I'll slack you everything later. But the other thing is, there's also 2 scrolls in there.
Okay.
All right.
So, so we hear something because I walk out and.
Alaric's gonna charge in there.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
charge in. Okay, so you charge. You're back in the room with the red brands.
Yeah, I'm running right now.
Okay, and you don't see anybody in this room. The sound seems like it was further south.
Oh, like back where we came from into all these rooms. You mean like this way?
No, sorry. Let me ping it. South of this door.
Oh, south of this. Oh, okay. All right. So I guess the way I saw it was, I assumed it was that door, and I was running into this room to see if something had breached through the door. So if it hasn't, maybe I would. Maybe I would.
The door.
Okay, maybe at this point I would approach with caution, and then I don't know if everybody else has heard it. I would have. Maybe I'd like go back a little bit and tell everyone that I heard some stuff.
I was standing right next to you. You ran off. I'm just following you.
Right. I guess. Okay. So when I had heard the noises, Alaric probably would have been like, to anybody surrounding him, been like, "Did you guys hear that?" And ran out of the room. So if anybody were to follow, whatever. Or either way, I'm going to go back and let people know.
Yeah, everybody heard it because this place in general is pretty quiet, room to room. So everybody heard different kind of volumes of something from the south, and you didn't really make out what it was other than this kind of yelling.
Okay.
Got it. And okay.
Anybody else want to do anything sort of immediate?
I tell the group that I found a bunch of treasure. We'll split it later.
Yeah, we'll split it later. Yeah. This bed, really quick. I just want to ruffle this bed and see if there's anything in this bed.
Okay. You
Will.
kind of
See you, Will.
you toss the bed a little bit, and you don't when you so you like kind of flip up the sheets and you're looking around. You don't see anything except for a piece of paper falls out and lands on your feet at the floor on the floor.
Oh, okay. Pick it up and
and-
read it. What does it say? Can I read? Do I know how to read? I'm pretty stupid. Oh, wow. Good job, guys. Nobody checked the bed. Lord Albrecht, my spies in Neverwinter tell me that strangers are due to arrive in Fandel. Could be working for the dwarves. Capture them if you can, kill them if you must, but don't allow them to upset our plans. See that any dwarven maps in their possession are delivered to me with haste. I'm counting on you, Yarno. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Yarno.
Signed the black spider symbol.
That's it.
Maybe
So Thornton picked that up and read it. Everyone else hasn't seen it yet, but you
So
now
then
have that.
I crumble it up and I swallow it. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. They'll never see it. I'm the bad guy. No, I'm just kidding.
Cut a deal with the black spider.
What color are these sheets in the bedspread?
They're red,
Okay.
like
I'm
red
gonna.
silk, like really fine bedding.
All right. So I'm gonna take one of the red sheets and I'm gonna cut 2 eyes out. And I'm gonna put it on me as like a ghost.
Okay. All right. So
I'm really
Thornton-
challenging your aptitude as a
Still
DM.
sleeping?
I mean, you can do that.
You could do that.
You've got a nice sharp longsword plus
Right.
1 that you can cut the little
Right.
holes in. And
Yep. So it drapes me and I'm walking around like a little Pac-Man ghost.
Love you too.
There you go.
All right. Hopefully that'll be a good ruse.
Yeah. I think it will. All right. So yeah, Thornton comes back in a red sheet. Decker, you notice you know as you guys hear this like sort of this clumping around and yelling to the south, you look back up, wondering where Thornton's been, and you see him walk out with a red sheet over his head with little eye holes cut out.
The eye holes, the little footballs.
They're not like he had to do this rather quickly, so they're not even like really even. It sort of looks like you know. It's like if you ever saw the Elephant Man, kind of his little mask thing.
John Merrick!
Oh my god.
Or the Scarecrow in the Batman movie.
Yes.
So and after that, and everybody's kind of staring at Thornton like, what the hell? The door right in front of you, Alaric, comes bursting open, and a large bugbear
Oh God.
bursts into the room, and he's looking around, and he's got his weapon drawn, and he's like, "What is going on in here?" And he immediately assesses the scene, and he sees just burning doors and dead red brands, and some of them are in a pool of piss,
And
and
dwarf piss everywhere. Yeah.
and there's it smells like dwarf piss, and he looks up and he sees a bunch of adventurers and a what maybe is a kid in a bad Halloween costume. And he looks over his shoulder and he goes, "We've got trouble." And you hear some more yelling to the south, and roll for initiative.
Ooh, that's a good one.
When do I get to tell him I'm the bugbear ghost?
Let's see.
Oh, never.
Jeez. Just blew all your good initiative on the last one. I ruined the good surprise on you.
No.
That's weird. It says I rolled a 10. Did I roll a 9 or a 10?
It says 10 on my thing.
I'm
I'm the
I
bugbear
rolled a
ghost.
14.
All right, so let's go. Who had the highest? Alaric?
Yeah.
All right. Who had the next highest?
I'm the bugbear.
Uh,
Deckard.
Got a
Decker.
14. Yep.
Yeah. Then who?
Thornton with the 4.
Hold on, it's this dude. Okay, and then who? Then Thornton,
Spargle with 3.
I had 3.
Yeah.
and then Sparkle. Okay. All right. Cool. So, Alaric, it's your turn. This bugbear just bursted into the room and started yelling for, I guess, help, backup, maybe, or you're not sure. And he's standing right in front of you, toe to toe.
Okay.
He's got looks like the other bugbears that you ran into before, big hide armor. He's your height, you know what I mean? He matches size with you, maybe even a little bit bigger. And like the other ones, he's got a javelin kind of on his back and that one of those morning stars in his hand. That's what he's sort of dragging with him and ready to strike with.
Okay. I am going to just swing at him in just a vicious rampage, so I'm going to attack recklessly.
Okay.
So I get advantage on that. I assume my rage has ended. I'm not going to rage again here.
Okay. Yeah, it ended. Been several minutes, an hour maybe since the last time.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to re-rage. Hold on, sir.
I love I catch the images every now and then. All right, you rolling to rolling to hit. 18.
23. I was attacking recklessly, so they have advantage on me.
They have advantage attacking you?
Yep.
But you also have advantage on them.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's a good clean hit with your greatsword.
Okay. $12 damage.
12 damage. All right. As soon as this bugbear bursts into the room, Alaric doesn't waste any time. Just takes a good clean hit at him, and it goes clear. It goes right through the hide armor, and blood starts saturating the rest of it, and you got a nice big chunk out of this one.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay, Deckard.
So while I'm running, I start moving toward him. I draw my dagger, and I throw it at him.
Okay.
Like in mid-sprint, I chuck a dagger at him.
All right.
Ugh. 13.
13. So you throw the dagger, but with Alaric being so large and in front of you, you didn't want to hit him, so you kind of overcompensated, and it just sort of misses and clinks off the wall and lands near the bugbear's feet.
Okay, so I'm still running, and I do a somersault flip and come up onto my knee right here, and I shoot him with my crossbow.
All right.
15.
15. Good move, good position. You kind of get where you need to be, but the the bolt just doesn't pierce through his hide armor.
Good Lord.
Doesn't seem to do any damage to him.
Oh boy.
All right. It's the bugbear's turn. He looks over he's standing right in front of Alaric, and he just takes his Morning Star and swings it around and tries to hit. So they get advantage against you because you're raging?
I'm not raging.
Or
They
you're
get advantage
attacking
because I attack recklessly.
I roll great. You're so lucky. So that was a 9 with disadvantage.
You mean with advantage?
With advantage.
I mean with advantage. Yeah, he rolled a 5 and a 2 on the rolls. So anyhow, he the Morning Star comes around, and you're able to just sort of this big ball of metal with spikes hanging out of it. You just swat it to the side, and it just misses you completely, and does no damage.
Go.
All right. At that moment, you notice that right behind this bugbear are two other ones that are just sort of like running down the hall behind him, but they can't get by the one that's there at the moment.
Shit.
So that's that. And now it is Thoradin's turn.
I don't get to place Hunter's Mark from that one who died before on a new one, do I?
No, you're gonna have to recast it, but I mean, it's no real difference. It's still just your bonus action.
Yeah, I don't have any slots left.
Oh,
No more slots left. That's okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I think you kind of need to move it to another target that you see, and once
Right.
there's
And
no
probably in
target-
that engagement too, I would imagine.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go over here. And then I'm going to use Vow of Enmity.
Okay.
As a bonus action, you can choose a creature within 10 feet, gain advantage on attack rolls against it for 1 minute or until it drops to 0 health or falls unconscious.
All right. Cool.
So what does that do? An advantage attack roll?
That means you get to roll your d20 twice and take the higher of the two.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and attack now at this point.
Okay.
It's my one-handed longsword, and I have my shield. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
So you get to roll a d20
Plus 6.
plus 6 2 times and take the higher of the two. That's 23 and 18. Okay, so 23 is a good solid hit. Your long sword goes right through the hide and pierces right through this bugbear. Roll your d8 plus
4.
4. 6 damage.
When does he get to smite?
I don't know. Do you know, Punch?
What's that? He's level.
Mic off. Powering off.
Right.
Smite. You can
You already
expect
have it.
spell. Oh, he has to use a spell slot.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I don't have any.
There's a bunch
He
of
does.
different smites too, but your divine smite's just like your class one.
Oh, I don't think I have it active, do I? Oh no, that's an action.
Yeah, yeah. You can use that any time as long as you have the spell slots. But anyhow, yeah, your longsword pierces right through him, and he starts screaming a little bit more, and more blood is pouring out of him. He looks like he's about half dead. And Spargle, it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to cast a. Let's see here. I'm going to cast a flaming sphere, and I'm going to place it like right there, Dan.
Okay. Wait, ping it again. Sorry.
In between them?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Um.
I'm getting excited about this.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got AoE.
I'm like,
We got
I'm like-
it.
yeah, I'd say it's balls of fire, and what it does is this 5-foot diameter sphere of fire just appears in that space.
Powering
So
on.
those
Mic
guys
off.
will have to make. Looks like these two. Then I think he's going to be out of the range a bit, but these two then will need to make a dexterity save.
Okay. Against what?
14.
14. Okay, so one failed and one succeeded.
All right. So let's just see.
So one takes half of that.
Yeah. So just one will take. Why did it do 3?
I don't know.
I did 2d6.
I see that. That's super weird.
I think you should take the 6 and the 5.
Try
Those are
again.
really the two that probably should be taken.
Just roll it again. I'm just curious why I did that. Fucking roll 20. All right. I'll give you 9 at least. I'll give you the at least the 2 better of the previous roll since the thing fucked
Well,
up.
Oh, okay.
I'll
like
give you
the-
9 instead of 7.
Okay.
I'll give you the 5 and the 4. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
That you rolled previously. So 9 damage. Okay. So one of them
And it
takes
just-
9. One of them takes what? You round down or up? I forget.
That's
when you have
DM
damage.
roll.
No, there's. I think you rolled
Why
down.
is one of those is green. What is the green? You see
Because it's the max die that you could have. Because anytime you roll the max on the die, like a 6, an 8, a 10, a 12, it highlights it green.
Okay.
Just to show you gotta. Yeah. All right. So you round down. You round down. So it's 9 damage to the one. Is the one in the middle, and then the other one that's saved on the bottom takes half of that, so it's 4.
Okay. And it
So yeah.
stays there though.
Right. So right in the middle of these 2 bugbears is this like ball of fire now that seems to be like catching their hides on fire and like kind of like fucking them up a little bit, and they're just kind of like trying to get away from it, but they're stuck in the middle of this hallway. Yeah. Now it is Alaric's turn.
I think are you muted, Adam?
Thank you. Sorry, I've been muted for like an hour. The one in front of me is pretty well maimed at this point.
The one in front of you is about half dead.
Okay, I'm just gonna continue swinging at him,
Okay, now,
just screaming and shouting.
okay. Give it a good swing.
And I am going to attack recklessly again.
Cool.
23.
Solid hit.
And I'm gonna take that first one.
Yep. Good thing you did.
$14
Nice
damage.
swing. Wow. Those exactly his hit points.
Nice.
Oh, I love it.
So yeah, Lark is just he's just been focused on this one that came in the door, kind of like not paying attention to the fireballs and the stuff that's going around, and he swung the one time his previous turn, and that set him up to swing the other time, and he comes through, and this bugbear, as big and growling as he was, drops to the ground dead.
Swing away, Meryl.
Deckard, it's your turn.
All right, I roll up over here. Actually, I can do this from back here. I threw my dagger while I was running there, and now actually, first time in a while, pull out my whip.
I'm sorry.
And-
I've lost you. Are you on top of the body?
I am right next to Alaric, to the left of Alaric.
Really?
I see you as on top of him.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
There
you
you
were
go.
on top of me.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, I was
Alaric hadn't have moved, so I can do this from right here. Because the whip has a 10-foot reach.
Cool.
I am going to use trip attack with my whip. So, well, let's see. If
do shit I don't know.
So I have 3
I love
maneuvers.
it.
I've
I
used
see.
parry.
You don't have to explain.
Yeah.
It all. You have to use another superiority die, and you add damage to the target if it's large or smaller, which he's a medium. It must make a strength check, or he goes prone. So you're doing extra damage. You're expending one of your superiority die, and you may pull him to the ground.
Exactly.
Kind of like getting him around the leg and.
Yep,
yanking
that's
him.
exactly
All
what I'm going to do.
All
So,
right, so I'll let you
take
act
my-
it out.
Yeah, so I take my whip, and let's see if I hit. 18.
It's a hit.
Got it. So my whip, wraps around his ankle. I rip his legs out from under him.
All
and he
right.
falls
Hopefully,
straight on his back.
wait, hopefully, right? He has to make a strength check.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't know. So I get the whip around his ankle, and it snaps around. So I'll do damage.
Come here, you filthy varmint.
Yeah. So he got his strength check was a 7,
Okay. Against 14.
right?
So, yeah. So I whip, wraps around his ankle, and I just rip his leg out from under him, and he falls to his back. And takes... So I'm rolling a D8. I'll do my D8 first. 1. So 1 damage plus... it's a D4. Where is it? I've rolled a D4. Why isn't it working? Okay, so 1 D4 plus 4. So he takes 7 damage from that, and then I take a
7 total, so 6 more.
7 total from the whip.
Okay.
And then I step forward, and I put my boot right on his chest, and I put my crossbow right to his neck,
Better not
like
miss.
standing over him. Like I got a boot and I got my crossbow right over him, and I have advantage.
Because he's prone.
Yep, and I'm
And
within
you're
melee range.
Yep. Got it.
So, 2 plus. So, okay. So,
That's fine.
26
So
to hit.
It's a hit. Yeah, it's a hit either way.
And I roll. I'm rolling 6. Why does it remove my? Here it is. And another 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. So I'm not going to reenact all that. You guys saw and heard what happened, and he goes to the ground, and he takes his crossbow bolt out, and it goes right into his fucking throat, and he starts gurgling blood and stuff. But he's still just such a rage monster. He's gurgling threats at you, even though he's laying on the ground and bleeding out. But he's still alive.
And you know what? I go ahead and action
So
surge.
Okay. So he's like screaming at you. If you remember the scene in Blade where Blade kills the one main bad guy, and he's like, and he's still, and he just poof, and he kills him at the end. That's what we're right in the middle of that.
Got it. So yeah, I just cock back another, and I miss. Oh wait, I have advantage.
Hey, he's still prone.
Oh shit!
Whoa! All right.
So
I'm gonna guess he's fucking.
oh, what the hell just happened? 1d6 plus 4.
And then you get to add your base damage again.
So 8 more damage.
8 more damage. Okay, so so as the first bolt goes, you hit him with another bolt. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Back bolt.
he's like his blood is coming out of his mouth and the hole in his throat from the bolt, and he's like, and he's like scrambling to like get up and still attack you, even though he's almost dead. Then you cock back and stick another bolt right into his head, and his head just goes to the ground completely, and everything goes silent, and the blood just kind of pours around his head, and he's dead.
Love it.
These guys are pretty beefy, and you're tearing them up. All
If
right.
we hit, we do well, but if we don't hit, we don't do so well.
True. The bugbear in the back kind of sees all this going on, and they're a bit fearless. So he steps forward on top of his buddy's body. He just steps right on top of him, doesn't care that he's dead and there's a pool of blood there, and he brings his Morning Star around and tries to attack you, Deckard. That's a 21.
It hits.
Oh boy.
These are pretty heavy weapons.
Oh jeez.
Dan's like, hold on, let me go out to my car and get 3 more dice.
That did 15 damage.
All right, so Deckard's dead.
I'm gonna parry.
Okay.
My last superiority die.
Okay.
What did I roll? I roll a d8.
And you add 4, so 11.
So negative -11. So I take 4 damage.
It was, what did I say it was? It was 13.
15.
It was 13 plus 2, 15. Yeah, 4 damage. Nice. Okay, so I mean, this guy like just was coming right at you, and he brought this thing down. But fortunately, you're able to like the chain on the Morning Star. You were able to catch that and like kind of wrap it up a little bit so that it did still hit you, but not like nearly as solidly as it would have been, which would have really fucked you up. So it's a nice parry.
That parry's really working out. I took that so I could be more tanky.
It's working out.
Dig it. Thoradin, it's your turn. And now this other bugbear is standing right in front of Deckard and right in your reach.
Is it possible for Alaric to throw me?
On his turn, he could.
Okay.
Keep in mind there is a flaming sphere of fire there too.
Yep, I got it drawn.
Oh, should I have taken damage from that?
No, the green circle's where it's at. So it's hitting. It's a 5-foot radius sphere, and it's just hitting those. It's perfectly placed in the middle of that hallway. It's just sort of.
Got it.
So would my cloak, if my sheet, if I took it off and threw it on him, could it potentially cover him, light him on fire, maybe him take some damage? Is that possible? DM, sir?
I don't remember the last time you just attacked with a sword.
I mean, you could try to throw the cloak on him, and with a good attack roll, the cloak would be over the creature's head.
So that would be an attack.
That would be an attack.
All right, I'm gonna attack him.
Okay.
That's it. By the might of Talon.
All right, roll your Talon attack.
All right.
I didn't know that my paladin was your.
Oh, dude, I'm channeling him so hard.
Channeling my paladin. I see.
He's still falling off of Skyreach, but it's fine.
A lot.
Wait, what?
That's my paladin's name is Talon.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely are channeling your inner Talon.
Just the angle that you have,
Yeah.
and Deckard's sort of standing in the way. You just swing and miss. Do you have anything else you can do? Bonus action kind of stuff.
No, I've already used my divinity, my channel divinity. Interact with an object. No. Bonus actions. 2 weapon fighting. No.
She woke up? Oh. She didn't throw up though? She didn't throw up? Did she wake up asking to drink?
I don't have anything else.
You're gonna get more to
That's
take
cool.
up for.
Spargle, it's your turn. Hold on 1 second. Spargle.
Good.
I'm just trying to remember when I should proc this sphere.
We kind of screwed it up. It's like every time their turn, they should be taking damage. I just read that. I thought it was when it came back to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what that was my bad. I should have known that. So go ahead and roll damage. I'll retcon that and take it off of him. Because he did run right through the thing. Now, does he get another?
Did they just get hit? Is there a spell save?
Yeah, no, he still gets he gets a save, right? Yeah, so he gets against 14. Right, he failed. So you did 4. The orb did 4 more damage.
Yeah, and then I'll do a firebolt at it.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack. You get a +6 on that.
Yeah. So I go, I move my sphere right on top of it, and then I do the fire thing. Go ignite.
Yeah. All right, it hits him really well.
Nice.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll damage. It's D10.
Yep. Oh. Shit.
See a 10.
Boo.
Okay.
Disappointing damage.
Yeah. It hits the bolt hits him square, but just because you're kind of shooting through a couple of your teammates and stuff, you didn't really put enough sort of oomph into it, so it was a light bolt. Yeah, you didn't flip them enough. All right, Alaric, it's your turn.
All right. So how is all this placement working here? Can I get by?
The bugbear's kind of in again. This is a similar situation. Deckard and the bugbear are like engaged, locked together in the doorway. So you could, if you were to go here, you could get a good clean hit at him.
Okay. I'll do that then. I'll just
Okay.
run up, take a swing at him. I'm going to attack recklessly again. $17.
17's a hit.
It's like a 35. Yeah, that's good.
Well, it was definitely not a bad call.
No,
Because that
that's
first one might have missed.
He's probably exposed right now, like his
14 damage?
midsection.
14
core,
damage.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's still upright, but that hit was like pretty much put him on his deathbed. He's in serious trouble. He's surrounded, literally. He's got a ball of fire behind him, so he can't retreat that way. And he's standing in front of the three of you, who are all just have him completely surrounded. And Deckard, it's your turn. Unless Alaric, was there something else you want to do?
Piss on him.
He's there's not much. I mean, it
No.
ain't gonna take much to kill him.
No.
Deckard.
So I had dropped my whip so that I could reload my
Cool whip?
crossbows. Cool whip. So I draw another dagger, or the dagger that I don't know if I have more than.
Yeah, because you threw the one, and it's laying kind of right where Thoradin's, like at Thoradin's feet right now.
Yep.
I peed on
and
it.
I peed on it.
Oh, you know what? I draw my short sword.
Okay.
The short sword that I stole from. I kind of spin it around in my hand and I bring it across towards this bugbear's neck.
All right.
There you go.
That's a good hit.
That's a hit, baby. Let's hear it.
Knock this guy out.
6 damage.
6 damage. The short sword sinks deep through his hide, and he kind of looks down, looks up at you with this like hateful look, and then his eyes go blank, and his body slumps.
He says, "I am."
Kind of almost
inevitable."
towards you, like sort of like just catch him and just like drop him to the ground, and he's dead.
Deckard's like, "Oh, I'm Iron Man."
Nice.
What did you call me? Something Iron Man McCree.
Oh,
What was it?
I don't know. Do you
was
think
great.
the thing that I said? Yeah. I can't remember.
All right, so all these bugbears are dead, and the room to the south, the door is still open, but it's quiet in there.
All right, well, I'm gonna take this chance to pee on the corpses.
All right,
No, I'm just kidding.
you don't have to piss anymore.
I don't have to piss anymore.
You're good. Your bladder's not full. It's only been 5 minutes, so.
I go down the hallway.
Okay. You look, the door's wide open. When you get into the doorway, you look in the corner and you see a goblin he's barely dressed. He's like, if you've ever seen Harry Potter and they have like the house elf.
Oh, yeah.
What are they?
Dobby?
Dobby. He looks like
Dobby.
Dobby almost. He's like all skinny. He doesn't look like a very healthy goblin. He's not wearing anything. He's shivering and shaking. When you stand in the doorway, he passes out. Like faints. He sees you and faints.
All right, I'm gonna give him a healing potion.
Okay. So Thoradin kind of runs in and holds this goblin's head up and administers a healing potion.
I pick him up and I put him on the bed. Can I do that? Is that okay?
Yep. So you do, and let's see. So this is a guard barracks that you've entered, and it contains 4 roughly built wooden bunks with heaped up blankets and dirty dishes scattered about. A strong smell of unwashed bodies and rotten meat fills the air.
Ooh.
You saw the bugbears that you killed, and you saw the goblin faint. So yeah, after that, after the goblin fainted, Thoradin kind of comes in. He picks up this This goblin might weigh 50 pounds at most. He's like picking up a child almost. And you set him in a bed and give him a healing potion. And when he wakes up, he sees you. He looks around. He looks over and he sees Deckard in the hallway, and he starts to like freak out, and you think he's about to pass out again. But he's looking right at you, Thoradin.
I say, hey, what's wrong, laddie? What happened? You okay?
Are you with the bugbears? They're so mean. They're so
No,
mean.
fuck the bugbears, lad. Fuck the bugbears.
You killed him?
We did. Are you hungry?
I'm so Mosk is so hungry.
Mosk?
The bugbears are
Is
dead.
that your name, Bosk?
Mosk, yeah, Mosk. Mosk
That's
hungry.
a weird
Mosk
fucking
hungry.
name, but let's feed you, lad.
That's
It looks like a little sad when you say that, but when you say
But he's hungry.
he's hungry.
I step forward and I'm like, I hope, Mentor, let's not be so kind to the goblin. And I yell, I go, hey, Alaric, we got a goblin in here.
Mosk, he looks up and he looks really scared again, and he's Mosk is friend and help you. Mosk hates the bugbears. They're so mean to Mosk. I was their slave.
Slave.
How close am I to everybody? Like, how close?
You're there. I mean, I don't know. You're
You're the-
30 feet away.
So I mean, I hear all this, right? Like, am I close enough? Am I close enough to Thoradin that like I could like quickly interject a little bit, like say a thing to him?
No, you're a couple rooms away. You heard Deckard say what Deckard said. You heard.
All right. So then I hear that, and then I will
Yeah,
come
you can
into
move
the
it.
I will come into the room, sword drawn.
Okay. When you do that, the goblin passes out again.
Oh, fuck.
But he's healed. He's healthy now. The healing potion like cured his wounds, and he's breathing fine. He just fainted out of fear.
Do I have Xanax in my inventory? No Xanax in my inventory.
And if you want to do anything while he's passed out? If
I
not,
would say to the group, clearly he's emaciated. He hasn't been fed, and he doesn't like the bugbears. I want to hear what he has to say.
All right, I'll kill him when you get everything you need.
Alaric's gonna, after hearing Thoradin say this, he's gonna give Thoradin kind of like a disappointed glance, not a glare like he's mad, but just like basically saying that he doesn't give a shit about what this goblin has to say. He doesn't give a shit about any goblin anywhere ever. And then he's gonna announce that he's gonna go back outside of the room and keep guard.
So you say that, and you walk back out of the room, and Mosk.
It's been fun.
He comes to, and he looks around. He says, "Is the hairless bugbear gone?"
I say Bosco. He's not a bugbear. Okay, he's a half orc, and he's a good friend of mine.
He's not hairless either. He has hair, so
He
careful.
has a little bit of hair, so why
He
don't
has a
you
decent
relax?
amount of hair.
He has a decent amount of hair. He just shoots.
Lawson's bald. Okay.
You're not hairy like a bugbear, right?
No,
So
that's
he
true.
he says, okay, okay, Mosk, okay. Can Mosk help you?
What are you doing here? Why are you here?
These bugbears, they took me from Cragmaw Castle and they made me their slave. I did everything for them. They wouldn't let me go. They made me eat off the floor, and they beat poor Mosk, and I'm so happy they're dead. Mosk helped you do everything. I'd give you all of the things I know. I tell you everything about this place.
I like how Mosk is somewhat Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Tell you everything you need to know, please.
I can do it. You need directions for
Great, like, I'm not
7-Eleven?
thinking about- Great.
Please, I'd give you a hot dog. Leave me alone.
It's so good.
That's Indian.
It's so good. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. It's so good.
Can
It's
I
great.
hear from being outside the doorway that part at all or not? I just
Yeah.
kind of wandered down. So.
Yep, you can hear that.
All right, well, I pop in and I do say, Glassstaff, where's Glassstaff?
He's in his room, the fancy room by the lab. Was he not there?
Oh, he's talking about the room with the note.
And then Mosk starts pointing at you, Spargle, and he goes, Glassstaff's pet, and he's pointing at the rat. He's pointing at the rat on your shoulder. He says, Glassstaff sees with his eyes.
Oh.
And he's really afraid of the rat and kind of like trying to hide from you now.
All right. So I look over at Alaric and I say, see, untrustworthy. And I kind of throw the rat down on the ground, and I call. I call Stinkbag. And I go, Stinkbag, lunch.
All right, why don't you have Stinkbag roll a d20?
I was gonna piss on the rat. This
Just
is
a
more
straight up
interesting.
d20.
He's feeding the rat to
Stinkbag.
Stinkbag? Well, hang on. We can use this to our advantage.
Nope, I already told Stinkbag to go for it.
All right, so Stinkbag leaps out of the sack there and starts scrambling, and it's like you guys are watching a dogfight between a weasel and a big rat, and they just start scrambling around, and you hear like the little screeching from both ends. But the rat is quick, and it just kind of flips around and pins Stinkbag down. And it's like its teeth, it's like opening its teeth and kind of like hissing at it, ready to strike.
Oh, no.
Thornton, you're right there.
I'm stopping this real quick. This is not happening.
All right, what are you gonna do?
Stinkbag. Oh, no. They're so tiny, I could end up killing Stinkbag. I don't want to do that. If I smash with my fucking...
Are you?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What do I do? All right, so I just go down. I dive on the floor, and I just grab the both of them.
All right, make a acrobatics check.
Okay.
No, hold on, don't do that. That's more about like keeping your balance and stuff like that. Just make it
Animal
make it. That's a good idea, but make an unarmed attack.
Oh, no. I don't want to hurt anything. That's what I didn't want to do. All right, okay. All right. Oh, Stinkbag gets hurt. I'm not going to be able to live with myself.
Okay. That's a great roll. So you're able to control what you're doing here. So Thoradin just sort of sees this immediately. No, Stinkbag! He jumps down, separates the two, holds up the rat, and I'll let you decide what you want to do.
We've established that the rat is bad, right?
I mean,
it's like a spy, right? Like that's kind of what we just kind of.
That's what the goblin told you, but you've successfully separated the rat and the weasel, and now you're holding the rat.
So I got the rat. Oh, I just want to fucking crush it, but I won't. I say, Sparkle, can't you talk to this little critter and find out what's going on?
Dan, will you allow, like, I was going to, if I can say, ask it, where's your master, where's Glassstaff?
You get the sense back that it's almost like egging you on in a way, and you know that it's like it'll never tell you. I'll never tell you. I'm like undyingly loyal to Yarn.
Okay. So we've established that. Okay.
But so for in character, Spargle senses and knows that. And you're gonna relay that to the group.
He'll never tell.
Sparkle, is Stinkbag hungry? Are you hungry, little? You hungry?
Yeah.
Want to eat something?
Weasels eat. rabbits and rats and gophers and shit like that. He likes that kind of stuff.
So I squeeze this rat as hard as I can, and I crush its life out of its little tiny skeleton.
Yeah. So it has 1 hit point. So you very easily you just feel its like neck and vertebrae and everything just sort of like almost like you're cracking your knuckles, just that same amount of pressure and sound, and you see its just eyes go just kind of like just kind of actually his eyes like kind of bulge open, and then as soon as you kind of sense its life gone, it vanishes.
Oh, no lunch.
And Stinkbag raises up on his hind legs and
Oh no, we gotta feed. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Stinkbag.
And I'm going to cut it there since some of us are falling asleep. And we can talk to this goblin in Fireside Chat. It'll be a good conversation. I'll do the NPC acting in Fireside Chat, and we can have a conversation because I think you might want to.
Yeah,
Unless somebody had another idea, didn't want to converse with the goblin and just wanted to finish him off.
No, I think it's good. He might have some answers.
Deckard, you sure? You seem to be like
he
ready.
wants to kill him. He's ready.
I have a. Like I actually end up like leaving the room with Alaric. I had to get out of the room.
right. That's why Lark left the room because he was gonna. He was not gonna not kill the goblin.
Just leaving the room.
Alaric and I are playing Dragon Dice in the hallway.
Yep.
All right,
We need
so
to distract
Spargle-
ourselves.
Spargle and Thoradin, we'll call it there. Spargle and Thoradin can have a Fireside Chat sort of conversation with this goblin, and then we'll pick up the next session right in this room and go from there.
Hey, and I put how much gold you each got.
I saw that.
thank you.
I saw that, and I added it to my inventory.
I saw that I got 32, not 33. That's okay.
Well, you and I got 32, Matt. It broke.
Just kidding.
I could have broken it up, but
Yeah, and Will, just send me a little reminder, and I'll tell you all the loot that was in that main bedchamber type of room.
Okay.
Just make sure we got all that. So that's good. Yeah, you guys are getting real close on this section. So
Thanks, streamers. Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm
catch you
gonna-
guys
I'm
next
gonna-
week.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut the stream off. Thank you, everyone who
Thanks,
stopped and chatted and everything and
We
followed.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
Follow my travel agent.
Should be a good one next time too. So thanks, guys.
All right. See you guys.
Yeah.